Hello.
Hi, sorry, I'm responding to a random tweet where someone's like, I'm teaching a scene study class for a musical theater. Like, what musicals have like the best books of musical? And no one in the comments is saying Guys and Dolls. And I'm like, excuse me, if you are teaching a musical scene study class and Guys and Dolls that has a trillion two people scenes that I'm sorry.
I don't know.
This is
I don't know what you mean, but I'm is this something that was written to you?
no.
Oh, well, you
It was
could
just on my timeline.
probably hold off, it seems.
How's everyone doing?
It seems like we're good. We're here with McKenna, your mom. Mama Steele is here. Tay, hello. Declan, Jeff. We know Jeff. How are we all doing today, everybody?
How's everyone doing?
Are we
How's
all
the lighting?
in good spirits? Hello, gays, girls, and theys.
Matt's are
We are going to discuss that. The best book of a musical is Into the Woods, point blank.
Into the Woods does have an incredible book. Act 1 is a little too long.
Oh, that's the only
Literally by 5 minutes.
That's the only act I did.
Well,
It was too long.
Act 2 is perfect.
Okay.
Act 1 could lose 5 minutes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But other than that, it's perfect and one of the best musicals ever written.
Singer 34109. Hi, Matt. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, James. Anyone else stressed by the SCOTUS shit? I mean, yes, and we'll discuss it just briefly, just because it's like, fuck those 6 people.
Oh,
Like, revolting. We'll discuss it just a bit.
Just a bit.
We don't want to
harp on
harp.
the depressing
We don't want to harp
things
because
too
it's
much.
like,
You know, it's a light channel.
You know who we don't care about? Those fucking pieces of shit.
After the vampire reaction, by the way, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you liked the vampire reaction. It was great, fun to do, and people loving the song.
McKenna was nearly late, but she made it on time. Good. Now she knows Guys and Dolls. If
Never
you're teaching
too
a
late.
musical scene study class.
Oh gosh, Dr. Woods is here.
Dr. Woods, how are you?
It's been so long. I hope all is well. We miss you terribly. We love everybody. Effie, hello. Austin just got back from the beach. We love that.
Love that. Hope you wore your sunblock.
Yes, sunblock, absolutely. Matthew, hello from another Matt. That's the thing. We need as many Matts in the chat as possible because...
Is this Matthew gay as well? I mean,
if you're on... We don't want to pry.
We don't want to pry.
We don't want to pry. But if you're here, then your family. Isn't that the Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're here, your family.
Vinny passed all of his classes and finished the post-grad.
Yes, Vinny.
Congratulations.
A slay. Absolutely a slay. Hello, Maxwell. Hello. Melanie just went to the Eras tour yesterday. It was amazing. That's great. I've only heard good things about people going to the Eras tour. I loved the vampire reaction, by the way. Great. Thank you. I was over at Matt Steele's. And we were listening and we were editing. It was all together. We were all in it.
We were
together.
literally like actual influencers.
We
like how
were.
they like just get together to edit their shit.
That was us.
And you see them like in their like rooms or their
Right.
hubs or whatever, just like on the computers, not talking to each other. And it's like, that was us.
That was us. And we're not usually like that.
No.
But it did happen.
Yeah.
It did happen.
Two Gay Mats, the Olive Garden of podcasts. I don't know how to take that, but I hope that means that you're all
It
getting
feels like
fed.
it's welcoming and they're
Yeah.
getting fed. This seems positive.
Unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks.
Hello.
I
SCOTUS
know.
needs to time.
I know.
I agree. Fuck them too. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Wood says, I know I've finally been able to watch a live real time. I always go back later to view them because I love you all. Feel so go back to view with the
We're so happy you're here.
I reapplied sunscreen so many times and still got sunburned.
Oh,
You
well,
tried.
And just reach out to
Montana
in the skincare channel. She'll tell you exactly what to do, how to fix that. She knows it all. She knows it all. Ellen got tickets to the Eras tour in Australia, and let me tell you, getting tickets was a shit show, but I'm so grateful to get to go. Oh, that's a great attitude. I'm sorry that it was such a moment, but that's what I hear around the globe, is that Eras tickets are no joke, much like Renaissance tickets were no joke.
Sure, yeah.
So the fact that we are going where we want to go is a good thing.
All right, now let me do my actual job and post the Instagram story.
Should I be posting it too?
I mean, I guess you can.
You go first so I can talk with the people.
Talk with the people.
Oh,
talk with the
yes,
people.
Matthew is a gay Matt. Welcome. The thing is, like, there's so many of us out there when you think about it, how many gay Matts are just sitting out in the world ready to be on this podcast.
It is
we need as many gay Matts here as possible.
It is the gayest of names.
I mean, if your name is Matt, I'd say...
Maybe not. I would say maybe Cameron. To me, is a very gay guy name. I don't know why that's what popped in my head.
I mean,
first.
the one Cameron I know in real life is a gay man.
I know about 3 gay
I feel like we
Camerons.
probably know a similar gay Cameron who was in my year, I think.
Yeah.
He went to school in Atlanta. He's from Atlanta.
Oh,
he went
okay.
to rival.
Very nice.
Yes. Oh, he's lovely.
Very nice.
And I think he's married to that.
To another, not another gay Cameron, but like
No.
another gay. We won't say their names.
No.
Even though you already
We
know.
know Cameron.
But,
Yes.
and they have a daughter, adorable daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and
hello to them.
I was thinking about him today because it's their daughter's birthday. I saw it on Facebook.
Oh.
And we're catching up with Cameron, who none of y'all know.
Like I went to. He was at drama camp with me. Like when I would go to drama camp in the summer and stuff, he was always there in his Umbros doing cartwheels and stuff. Like
Oh.
it was a lot of us there.
I love that.
I know. It was a beautiful time.
Happy birthday, Cameron's
Happy
daughter.
birthday, Cameron's daughter. Long story short, happy birthday, Cameron's daughter. Was not able to get Eras tickets. Oh, I'm sorry, Vinny. And almost more upset about not seeing Sabrina live. That's the thing. People are very excited to see Sabrina. What is her last name? Carpenter. Yes, because she's opening in the Australia Eras tour. Guys, we have another screen that's now.
It's dangerous.
It's like we have two. I'm now using my boyfriend Jackson's computer to record our lives in the best quality as possible while we stream with my computer.
And then this as well.
And
There's
then
an iPad in front of us.
So we're making sure if anything goes out, we're up to date with it. But just so you know, if we're looking askance, it's not because we're hating you. It's because we're just checking ourselves out.
It's because we're being narcissists.
I know.
We're just like,
happy birthday to Cameron's daughter.
happy birthday, Cameron's daughter.
Keeping up with Cameron today's episode. It's my daughter's birthday.
I love that.
It's all true.
Are there any new people here who, because we got some new followers from the vampire
We
video,
did.
and I wonder if anyone's clicked on this.
I hope so.
Hi, we're the Two Gay Mads.
We
this
are.
is our regular Sunday live stream.
Yes, we do it every Sunday, even Sundays that are long weekends of holiday, even though I don't get tomorrow off. Do you get tomorrow off?
No.
Oh, well. Neither of us have tomorrow off, which is upsetting. But that's okay. Next, this is more for off pod. Do you work Wednesday night?
Wednesday night.
This Wednesday.
I don't know. I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Well, I'm going to be out of town the upcoming weekend. So if you wanted to do a remote or together, like pre-podcast, where we do a podcast and just release it the day on Sunday,
Okay.
then we could do that.
Okay. Well, Wednesday we also have the.
It's at noon. Yeah.
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 And so you do, but you have a meeting.
I have a meeting at 2, but we could just do it in the evening. Do it after work. Do it
Okay.
like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I can hang out up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't think you were going to come here for that.
Oh, I figured I would.
Oh.
Just because it would be like
Easier?
Yeah, I mean, unless that's a problem.
It's not a problem. You can do whatever you want.
We're gonna be guests on another podcast.
Yes, we are.
That you guys might like.
I know. At least some Kelly Clarkson fans might like. So we love that.
I love how we were just like
I know.
behind the scenes.
I meant to
stuff.
ask you that off mic, but we feel like it's good.
Yeah. So I can.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I
Yeah.
love that. Look at us.
Yeah.
Finding each other. Yes, self-promotion.
What are y'all talking about? Michael, my ass? What?
Who's Michael my ass?
Ty, I feel like Steele is never off. Off what?
Off what? Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, sure. Do you feel like you're never off in general?
Oh, I feel like I'm always off. Get out
Okay,
of here.
great. Well, that's the opposite feeling from Matt Steele himself. Tuesday's the 4th. Yes, Tuesday is the 4th, and then
Tuesday's the
Wednesday's the
4th.
5th. And then I'm going out of town, going to Ohio on the 6th. The 6th.
And then there's the 7th, which is Speak Now, which
I will be out of town for,
Yeah.
which we're going to be reacting to live the following week before Matt Steele goes out of town.
Yeah.
Which I assume, if the SAG, again, we should probably ask about this when the podcast is recording. If SAG does go on strike,
Yeah.
is it a problem for what you're doing in Jersey or no?
might be.
What the fuck?
It might be.
What are you going to do then?
I don't know. I mean, yeah. For those of you who don't know, I'm directing like a series of shorts that in New Jersey, like in the middle of the month, that my friend is producing, and so we do have some union actors for that. Some of the shorts aren't all union actors, so I imagine we'd be able to shoot a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know like what the rules would be with like the striking. 'Cause
Right.
It's not like it's a like union. It's a very, very, very low budget project.
Right.
So I don't know like what SAG actors will be allowed to do, what they won't be allowed to do. I guarantee
Right.
you, like even if the union would allow this type of work, there are some SAG actors who would not feel comfortable doing it, which of course that's their choice. We would figure it out on the fly,
Yes.
which is what filmmaking's all about, baby.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's wild that this is happening right as you're
I know.
going.
Yeah, well, my friend's freaking out too.
I bet she is.
She's having about 1 million heart attacks.
Because I feel like she's not. I've only met her a couple times. I don't feel like she's a go with the flow kind of person.
Oh, she is but the thing is, she is a brilliant pre-planner.
Yes.
Like she literally months in advance has crossed every T, dotted every I.
Right.
And so that's what, like, it's great that she's pre-planning all of this. That way, if something unexpected does pop up, we know sort of like a backup plan.
Okay.
You know, so it's very good that she's a very prepared producer.
And let's be serious, not to, this won't be on the podcast, so hopefully it's fine. No one listened to this live, but you wouldn't be the only situation that's crossing. There's a lot of things filming that are higher budget right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no one's paying attention to us.
That's what I'm saying. Kim Kardashian tweeted out that she was on set of American Horror Story the other day. And it's like, girl, there's a strike going on.
Well, but I wonder, I assume the season was written before the strike happened. So like they're allowed to.
Unless they make changes on set. You're not actually allowed to do that.
Okay. Well,
I know that.
I don't know. But
I don't know.
So Kim can't be like, change this line.
No. Because no one can.
Yeah, no
you
one
better
can.
read it by the fucking book.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hope the studios just fucking pay people. Absolutely, I agree.
The thing with the actor strike, sorry to get back to that, but
Yes.
the thing with that, because our contracts were supposed to be up June 30th, and it was like, we were told like if June 30th our negotiations don't go as we want, then we strike and everything.
Right.
But we got an email June 30th being like, hey, the negotiations have been pushed back to July 12th, which makes me think like there's optimism there and negotiations aren't going horribly at least. And so they're like, okay, you know what? If we maybe just give a little more time, then we can, then we'll be fine.
I'm hopeful for you.
Yeah, I'm hopeful too.
I'm hopeful too.
So
pay your damn talented ass writers, absolutely, and pay your actors. Pay all people involved. Did the directors officially not go on strike?
They're
all right.
they
So
were
they're
happy with their
up
contracts.
to paying for directors, but
Yeah.
just not the other people. It's a big process. There are a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
Yazzie keeps looking at your biceps. Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh,
Look at
that's
that.
So sweet.
That's
Thank
very
you.
sweet.
I don't mean.
Little old me.
Stop! I'm just a kid.
No, you're not. You're very much an adult.
I'm
and that's
just a
okay.
kid.
Sweats
Nervous.
nervous. What's AEA?
Actors Equity.
Oh,
We're not striking, girl. Actors Equity. We should. Between SAG and AEA should be striking
Really?
first. Oh, a mess.
Really?
I mean,
I don't know what's going on. Theory, Matt Palmer started the writer's strike to force everyone to watch Vanderpump Rules. Hey, if you think there's not Vanderpump Rules updates this week, you'd be wrong.
You'd be wrong.
Because there are, darling. Mother Fran has our back. I don't know. I feel like people are turning on Fran a little bit, on the internet at least.
Not as much as they were turning on her like 2 months ago.
Okay, that's cool.
I think Fran's doing fine. I don't know.
Right.
Like, I think she's being as diplomatic as she can as a president of a ginormous union.
I know.
Where
That just
everyone
sounds
has-
like a tough fucking job.
Yeah, like she has to be diplomatic and like
Yes.
try to speak for everyone in the union. And it's such a diverse union in terms of like how people earn their income. And so everyone has their own sort of goals with their acting career.
We love
and
goals.
so she has to speak to all that. So songwriters could strike too. Really?
They could, yes, because of course, the Spotify, the streaming of it all.
Sure.
Like, people aren't making money like they used to. Blah, blah, blah.
Really?
a
It's about
mess.
damn time. Why didn't you strike 10 years ago?
I mean, well, because I feel like the music industry and songwriters are used to getting treated like shit.
Oh,
used to
okay.
making like, pennies and that think it's okay. It's like, Stockholm syndrome. You think it's
Of course,
okay, but
yeah.
it's very much not.
and you're like, well, it's supposed to be hard.
Everyone in the every occupation should strike. Let's do it. Honestly, you're not wrong. Are you going to watch the VPR spinoff? I'm not excited to watch it, but of course I will. Like, it's Jax, Brittany, and Kristen, none of whom are my favorites, but I got to keep up with my girls. Like,
Yeah,
I
of
can't.
course.
I mean, I
Yeah.
just can't. I think it's interesting that Stassi's not doing it because it's like you'd think this would be her way back in, but she seems to have really wanted to move on. Musicians, singers, actors, actresses, etc. Maybe Beyonce can finally write her own songs. If these songwriters wrote Dahhhling, not nice.
Wow.
Beyonce is like the director of her career. We see the films. We usually see the visuals. We usually see that stuff. Like, she is the concept artist, and I think it's good of her to bring on songwriters who know what they're doing and can take the direction that she gives them.
Yeah.
I think I don't judge people for not writing their own music, especially least of all Beyonce.
Especially when like the product is good. It's like, I don't give a shit who
Exactly.
writes it. If
Exactly.
it's great, it's great. And you did what you were supposed to do as the
And
artist.
I will say that thought is the reason why she doesn't have an album of the year, and it makes me sick. Like, if Beyonce has not made the album of the year 3 times fucking over at this point. Sick.
Tidal tried to help, but everyone said no.
Yeah.
My dad is a steel worker and his union stays on the verge of a strike. Oh, I can imagine.
I believe that. I believe that. Did you audition for the VPR spinoff or whatever that Villa thing is? Did you? I forgot.
Oh, I didn't know because it was like you need like experience in like fine dining specifically, and my restaurant is definitely not fine dining.
Just go whatever. It's a TV show.
True.
You should just send in an app.
I could.
Yeah. We're not seeing the visuals. One day we will. I believe it. It'll just take a while. No, I love Beyonce. I'm just being controversial. Declan. Stirring things up.
Who are you, Jeff?
I know, right? The new Jeff is here. Sorry, Jeff. You're out.
Whitney didn't write her own songs. Plenty of people don't. Why is Beyonce only getting heat?
Whitney also was a brilliant interpreter of song. I feel like I say this in every other video, but it's just true. She's just like a person who could take a song and make it her own, and it's beautiful.
Beyonce is the ultimate curator and creative, so leave her be.
Declan, you're getting people mad. That's the thing. This is not the place for some anti-Beyonce sentiment.
Yeah, no.
Which I'm proud of.
They're coming for you.
I don't want our place to be, a hotbed for that kind of talk.
Of course, yeah. We also don't want the chat to be infiltrated with just a bunch of bees everywhere.
I wouldn't hate it. I'd take the bees. Hold on. Let me retweet what you posted or whatever.
All right, the visuals will be willed to Blue Ivy. I'm fine with not seeing visuals. Come at me. I don't give a fuck.
Joke's on you. That's my alt account. I mean, that
that
sounds about right.
Maxwell says, no shade, but if Whitney and Celine have Album of the Year and Grammys and don't write, Beyonce should have one.
Absolutely, she should.
Does Celine? I don't think Celine has an Album of the Year.
I think she does.
With what?
I think it's for this album that Because You Loved Me is on.
Really?
Yes, I think she has an album of the year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. It's weird that Mariah doesn't have one. And I'm mad about it still. I will forever be mad, but it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God, it's gonna fuck me up. But
don't look at it.
I can't help it. I'm right there, and I'm distracted by my own biases.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, just don't look at it.
Falling Into You.
Yes, Falling Into You. That is the album of Celine.
97. Oh, 97. Celine was.
She was just gigantic.
I mean, that was the year. 1998 was probably the year that My Heart Will Go On won.
But that was her. That was like her moment.
Yeah, sure. Okay. 97, good year for Mariah as well.
Oh, it really was.
A Ray of Light era as well.
Velvet Rope era as well.
I
wish I could go back.
You
back
can't
into
back.
time.
You just got to move forward.
Never go back.
Mariah not having one is actually sick.
It's disgusting, honestly.
Beyonce should drop her next Renaissance act since the Album of the Year competition is pretty weak this year.
Not a terrible idea. Honestly, the next major thing is that next week on the 12th, I get to see Beyonce live, so I can wait for visuals. Good for you. Emancipation definitely deserved it over that fucking U2 album that no one remembers. Like, that was clearly the album of the year. If like the Grammys worked back then the way they work today, it would have won. It just like makes me sick. It just makes me sick. But it's fine. I'm over it. It's totally fine.
You make me sick. Something like a candlestick.
It's pink. You make me sick. I want you and I'm hating it. But got me lit like a candlestick.
Lit like a candlestick. I knew there was something with a candlestick. Didn't your mom refuse to let you listen to that song?
She thought that song was like gross. And I'm like, of all of the songs I listened to that are like, she just like did not like the.
She doesn't like the phrase "you make me sick."
It's a cute. It's a great song. Good single. Your nostalgia is giving "Never Grow Up." No, "Never Grow Up" is bad. My nostalgia is good.
If she makes us wait until the end of Act 3 for visuals, I'm moving to another dimension.
She won't. Don't even say it.
Yeah, no.
No. Saw Taylor yesterday. Amazing. Where was she yesterday? I feel like all of you saw her.
Love You Too, but don't even remember the album that won.
It was like the Atomic Bomb one.
They even started playing Mariah when U2 won. Oh, did they?
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh,
that was a crazy night.
I'm so sorry.
To quote NSYNC, it makes me a great NSYNC song.
Olivia Rodrigo is dropping her album September 8th. Is that in time to qualify for the Grammys?
I think yes.
Sure.
I always forget when the Grammy cutoff is, but I think yes.
Maybe she's dropping it like right at that time because it's like this will be the most recent album
of course.
To drop this Grammy season.
Right.
Maybe they have high hopes for it.
Getting a little fourth quarter action. People love buying albums around Christmas time.
Fourth quarter action, girls.
Yes. It's all people want. Cincinnati is where Taylor was. Okay.
We Belong Together was enough to give Emancipation Album of the Year.
And they were reminder that the top 2 songs in the country one week were We Belong Together and Shake It Off. Like if it weren't for We Belong Together, Shake It Off would be the 20th number 1 hit right now. She just was as big as she'd ever been 15 years into her career after everyone counted her out. It was such a Cinderella story. She deserved everything.
She deserves everything still.
It's very true.
She's Mariah Carey.
Cutoff is October, I think. Okay, well then Olivia's right on time.
Yeah.
Always on time. It's true. I'm thinking we're going to try to do the ad this week. The ad when we do our, ad for ourselves because the new Patreon is popping.
Oh yeah, by the way, everyone become a patron.
Become a patron. If you were a patron before, we have revamped the Patreon in the past week. I mean, we shouldn't do this. We're going to play an ad soon, but go to patreon.com/2gaymats.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you don't understand what we're saying, the old Patreon is done.
It's done.
It's no more.
There will be no more updates on it.
So if you were an old patron, you have to sign up for the new one.
Yes, it's all true.
Yeah, so www.patreon.com/2gaymats. There's going to be great bonus material.
Declan is officially not my alt account. I would never admit that I love that album. The Emancipation of Mimi is next in the album, Jeff. So it's good to know that Declan has taste while you do not. Vampire coming for number 1. Excited about that. Can y'all do a video taste testing Mariah's cookies? I don't know. We love Mariah and all her products.
I mean, we tested all those Girl Scout cookies.
We did, but Girl Scouts are big. Join,
Mariah's
we're fun.
big.
Mariah's big, but I don't know if Mariah's cookies are big.
I've never heard of a Mariah cookie in my life.
This is literally what I'm saying. So we agree.
Well, we'll make them big. We're influencers. We'll influence.
Are we influencers? Is that what we do?
We're influential.
I get to some.
2022 Grammys, Billy and Olivia up at the same time was a moment for me.
It was a moment. The ad before the ad, it truly is that. So sorry when the ad plays again, because it definitely will.
Hi, Matt. If you need an email my heart for today, I was going to ask you both. We do need an email my heart.
We do.
Ask you both for advice you'd get trying to get better at dating in general. Would love your thoughts.
Yeah, send us an email or write longer here. Oh, shit. I'm seeing our thing get choppy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
No. Can I change this while we're doing this? Probably not. Let's see. No, I can't. Okay. Everyone hold on 1 second.
Did you click the right thing?
I think so.
Okay.
Guess we'll see. I thought I did. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Great.
We're back.
Hello, we're back.
How are we?
Can you see us? I'm big. It's the cookies that got small. I am big.
I am big. It's the
What is that from?
It's a line from Sunset Boulevard where he sees Norma Desmond and he's like, I saw you used to be in pictures. You used to be big. And she's like, I still am big. It's the pictures that got small.
Right. Yes, I remember there was a reference to that in the past couple of weeks. I recall. Yes. Are you watching it just like that? I'm not. I mean, I didn't ever get into what's it called?
Sex in the
City. Yeah. And so I feel like it would be weird if I got super
Dr. Wood says if we ate Mariah cookies on camera and told her they were delicious, she would buy them within the week. We're influencing doctors.
Okay.
We're influencing medical professionals.
All right. If we're influencing medical professionals, then maybe, but I do not shop anymore. Thank you. Oh, good.
Oh, amazing.
We love a quick fix.
Even though it ended badly, we're not going to talk about it. Samara Joy winning Best New Artist this year was cool. She's a jazz artist. I agree that's cool.
Wait, what did she do? What? Did
Even
she cancel?
the day ended badly.
Okay, got it. I thought Samara Joy did something bad. I was like, wait, what did she do?
When Beyonce didn't win Album of the Year.
What do you think of the Twitter capping? I think we're going to talk a little bit about it.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand that. I understand it. It's stupid. It's all stupid. That man sucks. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That man sucks.
It's just what. No, this was not a good idea.
No, it's not it. He's not the guy. Blah, blah, blah. Irish cream is not for me. Twitter. That's the thing. I think we just need to hang it up with Twitter. And I hear that Instagram's coming out with their own Twitter competitor.
Oh.
And it seems like it's time to move. Because it's like every week it's something messy. And I'm sick of the mess.
Well, we need to figure it the fuck out before Big Brother starts. Because I need to know what's going on in the live feed somehow.
I know.
We just need to give Twitter a Viking funeral.
What are those, like putting them out to sea? What happens?
Yeah, you put a body on a ship and then light it on fire.
Oh, light it on fire! My God.
Oh yeah, the app Blue Sky. Like, is that? I keep seeing like this is where I'm at now, and it has like people's like Blue Sky links. This is the first time I'm actually reading it as Blue Sky. I'm like, what's Blue Ski? And now I'm seeing funny. The E in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Is it just like Twitter?
I think it is, but
I already joined Hive, guys, like months ago or whenever that was. I didn't join that. I joined Hive and tweeted out hived out 2 things. Yeah. And then I was like, guess this isn't going anywhere. Right. I deleted my account.
I think it's time for something to really replace it, but I'm not sure. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't want it to be something that I need to like beg for an invite for. You know what I mean? I think Blue Sky you needed an invite for, and I was like, I don't want to get an invite.
No one wants
Who has the time? Blue Sky needs an invite though. You need an invite for Blue Sky. And yeah, it's like unless they want to email me directly.
I mean, that's like when Facebook started, you needed like a college network.
That was so long ago.
That was so long ago.
Like crazy to think.
And I remember when Facebook opened up. And everyone was furious.
Mad. Everyone was mad because like you're not in college, But it's like that's how all these apps work. They start like Hinge started as like people you know and blah blah blah, and it's just like everybody.
Just sign up. Yeah,
just sign the fuck up.
I remember Hinge was just like, like you needed a Facebook, and you only got like shown people who you had a Facebook friend in common with. When did that stop?
I think early on.
Yeah, like a year.
It felt like early on. Why are we going back to 2000s internet? I know. I mean, with the invite only. I guess just because it's an easy way to like start it off slowly. I don't know, but it was a mess. Facebook/IG will release their Twitter clone too. It's true. Grindr is coming out with a Twitter. Everyone's coming out with a Twitter. I didn't realize.
Let's come out with the Twitter ourselves. Two Gay Matt's Twitter.
You can be in charge of that.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm set. Thank you so much.
You can be in charge of that. So I bet it'll be beautiful.
I'm fine with going back to the 2000s culturally, but not in this way.
All right. It was like the Normani video for Motivation. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember
Since
that.
we're talking about things that were long ago.
Yeah.
That was before I mean, I feel like I talk about it a lot, but that was before
that
the
was
pandemic.
Lover era. That was before Lover even came out.
That was when I bought my new car. I was blasting Motivation.
Because the song came out the same day the song Lover came out.
A time. That was a time for sure.
2019.
I know. We didn't know how good we had it.
We really didn't.
Because we were like, everything's going to keep going this way. Mm-hmm. What bad shit could happen? Mm-hmm. And then a lot of bad shit happened.
2019 was a great year.
It really was.
I really loved 2019.
I was happy. Yeah. We were all so happy back then.
We were all happy, guys. We were all happy.
I know.
That is a bop. What is a bop?
Maybe Motivation?
Sure.
But hey, you know what a bop is these days? Cruel Summer.
From
2019.
From 2019.
And it's back.
In case we forgot how great 2019 is, guys.
I know. I'm happy that Cruel Summer is still with us. What, an ad in the middle of the live? Yeah, that's weird. I didn't see. Saw that too. I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
I was in an awful acting contract when that song came out, and it made it slightly better. Which one? A Motivation or Cruel Summer? Memories. We love a memory.
We love memories.
We love memories. It's true.
Oh God.
Okay. Should we start?
Sure.
Okay. So now I have to do this. It's like a two-pronged event now.
Oh, this is a new thing that I'm seeing.
A new thing.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This technology.
I mean, technology isn't bad.
If y'all could see what's happening right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, not the demo. Hold on.
Not the demo.
Not the demo.
I don't know what that means, guys. This is crazy. If you could see what I'm seeing right now. Yeah. It's like we're on like a spaceship.
Okay. Let me see if I can figure this out. Look here, talk to the people.
All right, people.
You talk to people while I figure it out.
We're talking. All right. The bridge for Cruel Summer gets me screaming.
I mean, everything about Cruel Summer gets us all screaming, doesn't it?
Jake was in Newsies and Mamma Mia one time and wanted to die. I was so sore. Sore. Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't see. There's a heart in the way.
Why? Oh, from the dancing?
Of course. Yeah. Newsies, you're dancing your face off.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Steele is emoting kids take notes. What? What does that mean?
Maybe when you were making that face, you were showing them some acting.
Please.
I know you love to act.
This California heat wave can go.
I mean, I agree with that.
Is it hot by you?
Yeah, it was really hot over the weekend over here.
It was nice for me.
Really? No, it got up to like the 90s.
Oh,
I know.
I mean, well, that's what you get for moving up.
I mean, moving up is good.
Other side of the mountain, girl. The west side, we got the breeze. We got the breeze. We got the boys.
Do you got the boys?
I'm there. Yes. Oh. The west side has the boys.
I didn't know you were the boys.
I am the boys.
Oh.
Good.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Okay.
Acting king. No, not me. I've blasted upon release Cruel Summer so much I can't listen anymore even in 2023. It's hot here in Minnesota. All right. It was supposed to be hotter by me today, and then I woke up and it wasn't anywhere near as hot as I thought it would be. Still masterclass when? Literally, my masterclass for acting is just like, just keep making faces, and you'll be, and people will get it.
Is that good?
Yeah. There's worse advice for acting, I guess. Heat wave, LOL. In Arizona, it's 112. Yeah.
112?
Oh, yeah. In Arizona, it's always up there.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, it's Arizona.
That's very hot. You know that I need a good 70 to 79. That's like my only window of happiness.
The only window of
only
happiness?
window. There's no. I mean, I like winter when I'm away from it, like when I can be indoors and I'm like, oh, look, it's snowing.
When you're in the lodge in a nice fireplace.
That is like my ideal place to be. Actually, is in a lodge,
a ski lodge,
and just to see outside the window, be like, oh, isn't that snow really
sipping
snowing?
Hot cocoa with Mariah across from you.
Hello,
you're talking.
It's very like, don't forget about us. She was in a little hot tub, right? She was outside.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And there's some grass, but I just feel like she was. It feels woodlandy.
I don't know. Christmas vacation lodge isn't the first thing I think of when I think of Don't Forget About Us.
Well,
I think of her bronzer more. That music video.
She looks good in that bronzer.
She's hot in that music video.
And the guy's hot too.
I don't remember the guy.
Oh, he's hot.
I just see the thing is like that's how hot you are in that video, Mariah Carey. You got the homosexual,
I know.
not even paying attention to whatever guy's
That's
on this video
amazing.
because I'm just like she looks gorgeous.
She
in this
does.
music video.
She does, and she so often she does. You know.
Oh, of course.
Oh, what a gorgeous person. I love her.
I mean, she probably watches the Someday video and it's just like hideous. I'm hideous.
I know,
It's
but
like,
never.
Shut up, you're adorable.
Palmer, can your next music video be a full movie like Married of the Night? If you want to see a full film of mine, you can see the Get Lost visual EP. It's all there. And
on YouTube,
yes. And
Matt Palmer, Get Lost.
Matt Steele hates Married the Night, actually.
I don't hate Married the Night. I just don't love it.
I don't know that I think I watched the music video once and was like, okay.
The music video is quite a bit.
It's a lot. I don't mind the song as much as you do.
You like the song more than I do, but I'm not like, oh, I really hate this song. Like, I think the song's fine.
I also thought of like, you know how in there's that guy named Eli who did like the Circles remix. It's like an up-tempo cut and paste version of Circles. I came up with a cut and paste version of Born This Way that would be better than the original. And it's, I'm beautiful, cause God makes no, I'm on the right track. Cause I was born. I'm like, oh, that's less annoying than the real chorus.
Okay. You memorized it.
I did memorize it because it came to me when we were at the museum and I was like, I want to remember this. And I did.
Good
and
job.
I was like, this is better.
It's like you're a singer and
I know.
Someone sings something and you can sing it back.
It really is very much that.
I do not hate Gaga. I love Gaga.
Still hates Gaga, confirmed. I mean, we like Edge of Glory.
Oh, Edge of Glory is a
classic piece of music.
I think Edge of Glory is her best song.
Oh, I'm like, do I think
in terms of like,
I think I'm Still Dance in the Dark.
I mean, I think there are songs that I like maybe personally prefer more, but I think like Edge of Glory in terms of just like song writing and like that does everything.
Yes.
Like it's a brilliantly written song, brilliantly performed song, brilliantly produced song, and like a forward thinking song, like pop song.
It's a great
while
song.
still also being easy to digest and catchy and an earworm. I think it does everything. I
does
think Edge of Glory is perfect.
I still wonder what that original music video for Edge of Glory was going to be like. That was like the set that was such a disaster and she fired Lorianne Gibson during it. And the music video was very much just like her like on a fire escape.
Yeah.
But I think before it was supposed to be like a mermaid themed something, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what would that have been?
I know. It would have been like a Little Mermaid.
It would have been.
The new Little Mermaid.
Halle Bailey would have been great on that.
Halle Bailey would have been there. Oh, she was like 6 at the time.
That's so gross. And you were right. But it's like when the Work Bitch video, the original Work Bitch video leaked. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. That's what it was. Or not Work Bitch. It was Make Me.
Make Me.
Yes.
Make Me.
And it's like, sure, this is a mess, but it's more interesting.
Yeah. This is an actual music video.
It's a music video. What they gave us.
Compared to what it became. I will never forget watching that music video and being like, oh, wait, why do we hear like the girls laughing and giggling over the song?
It was like she was an American Idol winner and they had to rush a video out. And it's like, this is all we have. Like, this is Britney fucking Spears.
For a great song.
For a great song and an excellent album. Excellent album.
It was rough. It was a rough day, but what are you going to do? Have y'all listened to Kim Petras' album yet?
No. We're not really Little Kims. Sorry. Oh, Little Kim. Yeah, Kim Petras is not. I mean, I think she has some fun songs, but I think her allegiance with Dr. Luke.
Yeah, like I like Kim Petras herself.
Yeah.
But
yeah, as soon as she gets on a new label and finds a new producer, I'll be right on board.
I like this song. There will be blood. You're gonna die. On like her horror album or whatever it is.
I feel like I heard a song of hers today, just like out in the world. I heard Malibu, and I was like, oh, this is catchy. And I heard people like Coconuts. I'm like, yeah, that's catchy.
Okay.
But I'm never like I haven't listened to her on purpose, and I'm okay with it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Is this
try it again?
Working? Round two, guys. This is gonna be so great. She's spooky.
Who's spooky?
Kim Petras.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we love
sometimes we like being a little
pop
spooked.
star.
A little spooked.
All right.
all
All
right.
right. All right. Okay.
Hello.
We're okay. We're recording.
We are recording.
Guys, we have 12 monitors in front of us.
There's a lot going
I'm just
on.
inundated with images of myself, and I don't know what to do because I'm so overwhelmed, especially
know.
because I'm wearing a tank top and I'm distracted by my rippling body.
Oh my. Well, I think you could maybe pay attention to what we're doing.
Okay.
And like that'll be a nice change of pace for everybody. But I love that we're in the middle of a long weekend in which neither of us have the following day off.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you know what? We're finally equals
This
now.
never happens. It's usually like, oh, I get the day off. But like my company got bought by a bank recently. And so it's very much like, okay, you get random holidays like not random, but like not everyone gets Indigenous Peoples Day off. And I do these days. But like the day before 4th of July, which is like a humane time to let your people go, I don't get that off.
Well, now you know how I feel every single Monday holiday where I have to work and you don't. You know what we call this?
What?
Equity.
Okay. It's good that we're getting some equity sometimes. Doesn't happen a lot. If it were up to the Supreme Court, it would happen never.
Oh, God. You had to bring it there, didn't you?
It's at top of mind. I'm mad about it. I'm sure I'll open with it, but I'll let it go. Because today's going to be fun. We're having fun.
We're having fun.
We're having fun. Okay. So I think in lieu of playing the ad, we should just talk the ad.
Sure.
All right?
Yeah.
Guys, this episode of Two Gay Mats is brought to you by our brand new Patreon. It's been revamped for a whole new era. It is now monthly instead of per creation because it just makes more sense for the amount of content we put out. What do people get for $5 a month?
For $5, you can join the Discord.
Yes.
You get all of our patron bonus videos.
Yes.
Where, all the ones from our past that were patron requested. And guys, our patron requests that we used to put on our YouTube channel will now be patron only content.
Yes.
So if you want to see us reviewing all these albums that get requested by our patrons, gotta become a patron.
You got to go to patreon.com/2gaymats. You're going to love it there. We have so much fun in the Discord. It's out of control. For $10 a month, you get all of that, but also you get our bi-monthly iconic album live listening parties. We're excited to do the first one. We want to do a vote to see what those $10 folks want us to react to all together. That's going to be great. And you also get the Chatty Cathy's video podcast where one of us sits down with a great friend and we just chat for 30, 40 minutes. We bring more people into the Two Gay Mats universe. Friends of ours are friends of yours.
Yeah, you get to meet some of our friends, which is always a good time.
Exactly. It's been Janie Stolar, who I'm sure you know and have loved in the past, and my friend Rory. We just did one big Mariah episode, and Matt Steele is going to do an interview with Travis at some point, his current roommate, who's lovely.
Who's amazing.
So get ready for that.
Yes, and for $15 a month,
yes,
you get all of the previous perks,
yes.
And you also get to request a reaction to a song or a scene,
yes,
or something
small,
which will also, you only can watch it if you're a patron.
Yes, and then for $25 a month, and you can request a full album or full movie review. I would say if you were going to want to do that, just have your request in mind. Bump up to $25 for a month, request your thing, and then bump back down. Because for $10 a month, you get to see everything you want to see.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely, that's a plan.
That sounds like
that's
a plan
what we
to me.
call a plan, guys.
We love plans here at Two Gay Mats, and we love you.
And we love you.
Okay, do you want to start?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Two Gay Mats podcast. It's Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And this is going to be a sad one today because Pride Month is over. And we're devastated.
I mean, we're devastated. I don't know that I'm devastated that Pride Month is over. But again, like I said in the intro, the Supreme Court is out to get me. It's literally finding anything that would upset me as a gay black person in America. It's like, make sure that no one that is me or has anything like me make sure that they have as few rights as possible. That's what those 6 motherfuckers on the Supreme Court are sending to me. They turn back affirmative action because it's fair that white students with legacies are able to get a leg up, but not black students just wanting to further their education. But the thing is, I was reading things. I'm sorry to go on a tangent. like the number of people of color, the number of black people who like medical schools are now not going to have to adhere to affirmative action. And it's like I was just watching the 1619 Project on Hulu, and there was an interview with this woman who's had this horrible pregnancy, horrible birthing experience because as a black woman, their pain is not taken as seriously. This would of course be lessened if there were more black doctors in working, and there's going to be fewer and fewer now thanks to this horrible Supreme Court doing things that the public doesn't want them to do. Queer people, gay people can be turned away from businesses now because a hypothetical situation was brought to the Supreme Court where it's like, well, a gay person might want to ask me to like make a website for them and I shouldn't have to. It's like, bitch, this never happened.
The fact that it's a hypothetical situation is
sickening.
Wild. And then also like the student loan forgiveness reversal, which
Right.
like everyone knew was going to happen anyway, but still that fucking sucks.
It sucks.
I'm sending positive energy everyone's way because it's happy 4th of July.
I'm not sending it everyone's way. I'm sending it to all of you and for the 3 Supreme Court justices who we agree with, and to the people who voted for fucking Hillary. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it until the cows come home. You did this. If you could not...
Not the people...
No, I'm saying, let me finish. The people who did not vote for Hillary, you did this.
Oh, you said the people who did vote for Hillary.
This is why I'm still speaking. If you did not vote for Hillary, you did this, and this is the way our whole lives are going to be until we're fucking dead because of you. You couldn't bring yourself to vote for a woman. Go fuck yourselves. All right.
Thank you for saying it so I didn't have to.
I'm glad.
Elections matter, guys. Elections matter, and this is what I was screaming into the ether back in 2016, and I feel like every 6 months there has to be something that gets me angry about the 2016 election again. And I'm just like, you know what? I just got to breathe through it.
We got to breathe through it.
Elections matter. Please register to vote.
Register to vote. And like, just know that your little things, if you have little small things you don't like about Joe Biden, put them aside because the other options are what we're living through now. And you finally see the repercussions. We don't want that. I trust in Gen Z. They seem to be very aware of what's going on. I'm hopeful that they will continue to do what they've done in the midterms, but just remind yourself of this moment the next time you go to a ballot box. If you're ever like, I don't know, think of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to let it go.
Let it go.
Matt Steele.
Yeah.
How was your week?
It was nice.
Good.
My week was nice.
Beautiful to hear.
Yeah, it was fun.
What were you up to?
Flirty. It was. My friend Lauren took me out for, even though my birthday was the previous week.
Yes.
She took me out for my birthday, and that was a nice closure of like my birthday celebration. I guess because she was out of town on my birthday, so she couldn't attend the birthday festivities. So she got me lunch, and she's currently with a child.
Yes.
So we got to like talk about how she's doing with that, and it was funny because she has just entered her like second trimester.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, are you feeling better? Because everyone says, the first trimester is the shitty part, and then the second trimester, everyone's like, it's a breeze and everything. And she was just like, nope, still feel like shit.
Oh no.
She was like, whoever told me second trimester was easier, they lied. People lied and people died, guys.
How far into trimester 2 is she?
I don't know how
Okay.
how the timeline works, guys.
I hope it's going to get easier for Lauren because she needs, it's just, you're already like carrying a person who's like essentially, no shade, we love everyone, a parasite. And so I just want her to, feel good.
She's doing well. She's
Okay.
overall she's doing well.
Good.
So then later that night I celebrated my boss Rochelle's birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday, Rochelle.
She turned 40 years old, and so we did a Dave & Buster's celebration. And I had never been to Dave & Buster's before.
Ever?
I
love Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, so it's fun. I'm not a game person. However, I do enjoy an arcade thing when you win tickets.
Okay.
And you can like get a prize at the end. You can pool all your tickets together with your friends and get something nice. And
So is it the promise of a prize that makes you more okay with an arcade versus just a regular? Okay.
Absolutely.
Got it.
The people who play the games where there are no tickets, why? Why are you wasting your damn time with air hockey?
Some people like air hockey.
No. Give me the tickets so I can get a stuffed animal and call it a day. That's what I want. So no, it was very, very fun. And I don't know. I saw some other friends.
Yeah.
I saw a couple movies.
Yes.
Which, we'll talk about.
Are they going to come up?
They will come up. So Matt
Great.
Palmer, how was yours?
My week was good. My weekend was lovely. On Friday, we did something that's very Jackson themed, which was we invited a lot of our neighbors over. We had seen them throughout the apartment. We've been here for like a year and a half, and we like all sat out on the patio, and it truly was very lovely.
That is a Jackson theme.
Matt Steele and I, as people who, were in New York for a time, are very much like head down, hello neighbor a little bit. We'll give you a wave and I'm going in my apartment. But I will say it was very lovely and everyone was so nice. And we have a neighbor next door who used to live in this apartment and just moved next door. And for some reason we got on the idea of like, okay, we want to get to know each other. If you had to take a celebrity that, irrationally or rationally you just dislike, name them. And we all going around saying people, I of course said The Weeknd. But other people said, Miles Teller and Ansel Elgort, which I think there are reasons to dislike him. You will not believe who she said.
Who?
First, she said Tom Hanks, which should have been a hint like, oh, you just hate lovely people. Secondly, guess someone that has come up a lot recently and is universally loved.
Universally
loved. You have 5 seconds.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast?
No, we're on a podcast now. You gotta be quick.
I was like, this person has a podcast?
She looks me in my face and says, you know who I don't trust? Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Like, you know what? You are a lovely neighbor and you are an amazing person. Your picker is off. This is wrong. She's like, I just don't believe anything she says. I think she's not trustworthy. I don't trust her face. I saw her recently saying XYZ something and I just didn't believe a word. And I was like, you are so like, there's no more genuine celebrity. I always say Keke Palmer and Kelly Clarkson. And like, I was shocked by it, but I think I'm going to be a big enough person that I'm going to move on. And she loves a lot of Bravo stuff. So there's, there are more things that we can work. And I'm just going to send her songs. I'm going to be like, this is chemistry. This is what happened to her. This is how she's working through it. Like I've got to get you on the right side of history because your picker's off and that's okay.
I think like objectively the picker's off.
Yes.
Like I can see any name being picked except for Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly's not on the table.
It's not on the table. She's the most genuinely likable celebrity I can think of.
Outside of Kelly and Keke Palmer, there's no one I would have said no to, but I was literally like, this is someone I've met a handful of times. I was like, that's wrong.
Wow.
Like what you've said is wrong.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
I'm sorry too.
We're sorry, Kelly.
We're so sorry. On Saturday, I met up with Janie and we went on a little bit of a walk and that was nice. It was getting hot out. It was warm. The sun was coming through the clouds. We love that. And then we went over to Jackson's.
I love how you painted the picture
I gotta
right
paint
there.
the picture, darling.
Wow.
And then we went to Jackson's family's house and we were at the pool and that was lovely because it was a hot day. And then in the evening, I saw Across the Spider-Verse, which was great. A follow-up to Into the Spider-Verse, of course. It has like a 97% of Rotten Tomatoes. I liked it very much. I will say, no shade, it is very, very good. But it is a movie that at the end of it, you're like, oh, there's going to be another one. Like the whole thing is kind of building up to the moment of, it's like, it leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Sure. It's a bridge movie.
It's a bridge movie.
Okay.
And one that's very well done and one that's like very inventive, like the different styles of animation and even, spoiler, a little live action thrown in are very like, oh, wow, we're just really doing interesting things with the form of animation. And I think that's lovely. So a lot of pros there, but just know that you're not going to have the story completely wrapped up tight as you leave the theater. And then today I went to Long Beach to visit my friend Sarah and her husband Eric, and it was Jackson and our friends Joe and Tim, and we all carpooled down to Long Beach and got brunch together and then went to a nice little gay bar afterwards. Then I came back up here and excited to podcast with you.
Are you excited?
I am. I'm over the moon about it, actually. Darling.
All right. What's the thing you're most excited about to podcast with me?
I feel like you
have 5 seconds. It's a podcast.
We have a lot of news stories. Usually we're on here and was like, we have nothing to talk about.
No, nothing about me personally.
Why? I hope you're well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to dive in?
All right, sure.
Okay. I hope we all know Madonna is fine. And I just have to say that before I read the headline of this article.
Yes, because the headline stopped my heart.
It really,
so we need to preface this by saying Madonna is
fine.
okay.
She's okay. But Madonna was hospitalized after being found unresponsive. And I believe this was on Saturday, June 24th. Her manager, Guy Osiri, put out an Instagram message that said, on Saturday, June 24th, Madonna developed a serious bacterial infection, which led to a several-day stay in the ICU. Her health is improving. However, she is still under medical care. A full recovery is expected. At this time, we'll need to pause all commitments, which includes the tour. So the tour that she was going on was on hold. But it just came out of the blue. And as someone who has known who Madonna was since I was in elementary school and has followed her career since Ray of Light, it just was so shocking. Because, of course, our pop stars we grew up with are getting up there in age. Like, it's a different time. But I feel like all those, when older movie actresses pass away and you're like, it just feels like they were going to be around forever. Mm-hmm. That feeling is very true.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that I logged on to the twitter.com and the headline started with Madonna found unresponsive.
Not okay.
It's like, do not lead the
No.
sentence with that.
No.
Like, lead the sentence with Madonna is okay. Because I was just like, oh my God, she's dead.
Right.
And then I saw the rest of it and I was like, okay, she's not. and I don't know how I would have been able to handle that. Because the thing is, it's not like, like Mariah, my number one is Carol Channing, yours
Yes.
is Mariah and everything. It's
Sure.
not like she's like our number one, but like when someone that huge and influential
Yes.
and has made such an impact on the world and on pop culture,
Unbelievable.
like is suddenly gone. It's a huge monumental shift, and
Yes.
so I can't handle that for Madonna right now.
And I realize from the Discord, we hear from the youth a lot. And I understand a lot of young people, a lot of young Gaga fans have negative feelings about Madonna. But we truly cannot overstate the importance of Madonna in pop culture as far as like activism goes. The fact that she was fighting for gay people before it was in vogue, like this should not go unnoticed. As much as she's done problematic things, absolutely, she has been interpersonally pretty cruel to a lot of pop stars.
Madonna will tell you before anyone that she is a pain in the ass.
Exactly.
She'll be like, I am a pain in the damn ass, but I'm like your mother. I am here till the bitter end.
And the importance of her as a pop culture figure and as a musician cannot be overstated.
Oh,
like she changed the game completely, and we need to give flowers to our icons while they're still here.
When it comes to like what it is to be a pop star,
Yes.
just a flat out pop star, it is Madonna. Madonna just like invented that, the recreation of yourself,
Right.
the eras of it all, just the sheer like, I am going to be the most wild the celebrity you can imagine just
Right.
because I can and because you will love me for it. Like,
And we will.
brilliant.
So I just am sending positive vibes out to Madonna. I want her to be doing well. I want her to make a full recovery, which it seems like she is doing, but it just was a scary, scary moment.
Yeah.
So Colleen Ballinger.
Oh, we'll be here all day.
I honestly have more questions for you. I feel like you know her oeuvre more than I do, or at least like
a little bit. Like
I feel like
I enjoyed Miranda Sings like
Yes.
when it first, came out and
Right.
everything. But then, I got old. and like here's the thing. I enjoyed Miranda Sings before YouTube was YouTube.
Right.
So it was before it became like this thing that like children watched on a regular basis. Because I
Right.
was still just like, I am of a certain age. My entertainment of choice is movies
Yes.
and television and
For sure.
normal things.
we're on YouTube literally right now, just so we're all clear.
I know, but like there was a time when in like 2011, 2012, when there was a shift in, children are watching YouTube and it is their prime source of entertainment.
Right.
And that is when there was a shift in the Miranda Sings show and what it became and everything. And so that's what I didn't like tune in when that was happening.
So just so I can give a high level overview of the way I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong at any point.
Yeah.
But she has been under fire over the past week or two because it's come out that she has been sending inappropriate or like uncomfortable at kindest messages to her many young fans. She has been making fun of some of those fans. She has been, I guess there's an ongoing bit in her comedy that, trigger warning, and implies incest with an uncle. And I feel like she's brought children, underage people on stage and like spoken about masturbation and like put your hands in your pants, things like that.
This is all like years ago, and
Yes.
it's just sort of coming to a head now. Actually, like it was brought into light like a couple years ago, and she
Right.
released a huge apology for it and everything, and then the scandal kind of died down, and then like probably like 2 weeks ago, it was all brought back up again. I don't know really what brought it all back up again, but she proceeded to release another apology video.
What was that one like? Was it spoken?
It was toe tapping. Yeah, it was essentially, I guess, because when all this was coming to a head again, I was
Yes.
like, okay, well, and in my head, I was like, okay, what should she say
Right.
in this type of situation? If I were in this situation, like, what should I say? Because, she apologized for it years ago and everything. What more, like, should one possibly do? And it's like, I really don't know what she should do. I really don't know. And then it was announced Colleen Ballinger releases an apology video while singing along to a ukulele. And immediately I knew, okay, I don't know what she should do, but she should not do that.
Should not do
I
that.
mean, what in the Todrick Hall? Like, that is the most YouTuber of 2012 aesthetic thing I can possibly think.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, we're really going to cutesify this with the ukulele. We're going to make this a song. And not just a song she's singing normally. She's like doing runs at moments. It's like, Colleen, now is not the time to let us know you have a BFA. All right.
And the fact that it was like 10 minutes long, no cuts, and it was so rehearsed.
It was so
I was
rehearsed.
honestly impressed.
And it was also like, I mean, she's making, it seems like she's making light of this very serious allegation. And she is, I don't know. And also the song itself is all about like recentering herself and saying that she is the victim in all this. It's like, well, you guys, you've never made a mistake. Oh, and it's not all true. But, if it's for your entertainment, I guess it's fine. It's like, wait, but aren't there screenshots? It seems like it's true. Maybe there are other ways to defend yourself, but I don't think these are lies when like we've seen evidence of it is the best way to do that.
Well, I have no doubt that with any scandal, there are things that people are going to say that are not true. That people are just like I remember when the whole Ellen thing was happening, people like, there were stories online where I'm just like, that is fucking made up. Like people are now just throwing things to the wind. So I have no doubt that like some of the crazy things that are being said are not true. There are clearly screenshots of things that did happen.
Yes.
And so I could see her wanting to at least defend herself against things that are to the extreme that are apparently not true. But that was not the way to do it, Colleen. This whole thing kind of just like is crazy. It's crazy to think about like how in the early days of YouTube, when it started becoming regular entertainment for young people,
right?
It's like old Hollywood. Like it was the wild, wild fucking West.
No one knew what they were doing.
Like you had adults who were like, I'm just gonna create a video that I think is funny, throw it out there, and anyone can watch it.
Right.
Like there were no regulations. There were no like, hey, this is for people above this age and everything. And so when she started making her videos, before like 2010, like it was very much I felt like it was for the musical theater people, like the musical theater college students, like the inside jokes. Some of them were like a little crude and inappropriate and everything. And it was like, oh, this is very funny and everything. And then, as I told you before, like there was a sudden shift in, oh no, it's like YouTube is inundated by children viewers and everything.
Right.
And so her audiences suddenly shifted to becoming that.
And it's also weird that a part of her apology video or a part of her thing was like, my videos have never been for young people. Like I've always said I'm PG-13. It's like, that's not how you come across, and that because you're at your live shows, you see your audience members. They're not all above 13. Like I don't know. I just think it's strange.
Yeah, I imagine that's like a hard thing to navigate, like when you are like an adult comedian and then suddenly your audience shifts to like young children being obsessed with you. And so I imagine that's a hard thing to navigate. However, there are many instances that she did not navigate well.
Hello.
Which like, she's said that she hasn't navigated it well and everything, but yeah, and what's crazy about it is that not only was it like young people, teenagers and people in their early 20s creating their own content, writing their own content, producing their own content and everything. Young people were also managing this content because like, you remember that documentary about like YouTubers and everything? The managers for these people were kids themselves. Yes. And so there were no adults in the room to be like, hey, this is the demographic,
right.
And so it was just kids running entertainment for kids, which is a disaster. So it's just so interesting to think about how things were back in like 2012, 2013,
right.
the things that people were watching and just thinking about YouTubers back then, they would have these fans and they were so close with these fans because they were like, I have to interact and everything. And some of these fans like ended up working for these YouTubers. Like these fans that are accusing Colleen of like some of this stuff, they were like, no, I worked for her. I like ran social media things and everything. It's like,
right.
and they were kids. It's like kids were working for these shows.
Bad, guys.
So it was a mess. I'm glad like there seems to be a little bit more reins being tightened like as far as YouTube creation is going. It's crazy to think about.
I think she should take a long break.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna take a break.
Don't think we need to hear from her for a very long time because all of this is very unsettling and strange. And I'm happy to not be involved, but I don't want to be more involved. And the way to make sure there's no more publicity around this, there's no more discussions, there's no more ukuleles, is that we just Take it back. Take a full year off. Go travel, babe. Or go do whatever you want to do that's not public. We don't want to see you for a long time because you've left a very bad, weird taste in our mouths. And then if you want to re-engage with your fan base in whatever way you want to do it, that's not problematic. That's not weird. That's not like sexualizing children. Sure, I don't want to see it. Period.
Yeah, I just like it's so crazy because in 2012, like people would have ate that apology up. Like 10 years ago, that was the aesthetic. It was like, oh my god, an apology video set to a ukulele. I love it. But now people are just like, no, no.
It's just like read the room, girl. Yeah, it's 2023.
Read the room.
And speaking of, complaints about people in power, I hate to be the bearer of bad news because this, unlike Miss Sings, I do consume a lot of the other two. I have been singing the other two's praises for a long time. The other two's series, which we didn't realize was its series finale, just went up on Max on Thursday, and it was a really excellent episode of television. It was very funny. It was poignant. It really hit all the marks you wanted to hit, and it wrapped up nicely. And they came out with a statement being like, hey, we always thought this was going to be the end, that it was end of season 3, and it was a very funny statement. But right as this is coming out, there's also the article is compounded with, it is ending with season 3. This is going to be the final episode of the show. And it's ending amid a lot of HR complaints. So apparently, an anonymous source told The Hollywood Reporter, other writers tell stories about the other two writers' room like people tell ghost stories. I think a lot of their frustration comes from not being on camera. These are two people who started off as improvisers. This is a show about people who are hungering for fame. Their friends and colleagues became well known. It's a lot like the show. The article notes that Tina Fey publicly joked about the open secret of the toxicity of the other two set back in March. Apparently, according to some sources, these two creators, Chris Kelly and I need to see Sarah Schneider? Yes, Sarah Schneider were actually pulled off of the set for a time being because of their behavior, but then reinstated after there was an investigation that found them, cleared them of wrongdoing. But you know how those investigations go. You don't know what's real and what's fake there. But it's just so disheartening that like one of the best shows on television in the past 5-10 years, of course, was created in a toxic environment. And it's almost funny if you watch the show that it's about these people that are always striving and are treating people terribly and like are just such horrible people, but really trying to make their mark and have that fame. And it's like, oh, so this is all real?
Wait, so was there any stories about like what exactly that the toxic stuff was?
It seems like they were very cruel to the crew and to the writers, and like the hours were insane. And there's a lot of, I've heard rumblings of like people being tested positive for COVID and then being told just come to set and like don't tell anybody. It's just like messed up shit. So it's not detailed, but it also kind of comes into play that like a lot of shows that have come out of the SNL camp, like a lot of people who, learned from SNL and then went out on their own, they kind of end up having these toxic workplaces because I don't know if the SNL schedule is just so insane and they're so used to that kind of high pressure environment.
It's a grind. Like that kind of comedy is very much a grind.
And that's understandable, but like these are people. You can't treat people like that. They're at work. Like I get it's a comedy. Maybe you think you can be a little rougher on the edges, but it's just like we're all here to make people laugh and make a good show. Like it's not that serious. No need to scream at people. No need to make the environment so toxic that it's gone public that there are multiple and maybe endless HR complaints about this lovely show.
Well, it's over. It's over. It's done.
I'm sad.
And that's that on that.
And that's that on that.
So I hope everyone gets a better job.
I'm sad. This show really was excellent, but it really
every time you've had it on and I've been in the room, like back when we lived together, I was just like, oh, this is great.
It's
like I would enjoy this. Yeah.
R.I.P. So apparently Twitter has introduced tweet reading limits. Elon said on July 1st, 2023, to address extreme levels of data scraping and system manipulation, we've applied the following temporary limits. Verified accounts are limited to reading 6,000 posts a day. Unverified accounts can read 600 posts a day. And new unverified accounts can read 300 a day. I felt like this was affecting people for about a day. And then maybe the restrictions were lifted or made larger or something.
Yeah. It was always announced that it would be temporary.
Okay.
And I think people didn't read the temporary part, and so they were like really freaking out. And I was like, "Oh, it's just gonna be it sucks, but like it's gonna be temporary." And I think like the reason why I don't understand what this data scraping thing is, but apparently like the more people that are on like Twitter, like the more like these foreign accounts can like get information from them and create like fake accounts and everything. And so what Twitter is saying, like they were trying to like sort of like ease that and like stop that from happening for the time being.
Right.
But like that's a rough way to do it. Like it's rough to like spring that on your Twitter users
right.
like that so suddenly. Did you run out?
I never ran out.
I never ran out either.
I'm not on Twitter all that much though.
Do they? Because I'm on Twitter quite a bit. But like, do they? When they say read tweets, do they mean like they notice whatever tweets you kind of linger on?
I
for
think
a
it's so
sec?
you scroll over.
You scroll because I've scrolled over 600 tweets.
This is what I'm
yesterday,
saying.
And I did not run out.
I think the limits have been lifted or at least exceeded greatly. According to Engadget, this is because Elon's not paying the bill. In 2018, Twitter signed a $1 billion contract with Google to host some of its services on the company's Google Cloud servers. Platformer reports that Twitter recently refused to pay the search giant ahead of the contract's June 30th renewal date. So I just feel like this is all adding up to like, I need someone to make a very valid Twitter competitor that we all can move to, because having the Blue Skies and the Hives and everyone kind of going over there isn't working. But if I'm seeing that Instagram/Facebook is coming out with a competitor that I think is going to be called Threads. That's going to be coming out soon. And hopefully we can all make that transition, because it's like, I don't want to keep giving this man money and or content. Tweets are, by the way, your tweets are his content. I don't want to give him anything. I want him gone. And the app barely works anymore at this point. So let's all find somewhere else that we can all go to together.
I mean, it's hard because everyone's now trying to come up with a competitor. So
right.
like everyone's going in different directions. And so there's no one consolidated place for people to go and everything. So people are just going back to Twitter.
Right.
I mean, I guess we'll see what happens.
And it's like, people already have Instagram.
I
so
just need
people
to like figure it out before Big Brother starts.
I love it. This is what you're most worried about with this.
Because Twitter is my best friend during Big Brother season.
Okay.
And I lean on Big Brother. I need Twitter during Big Brother. I lean on it during Big Brother because I need to see what's happening on the live feeds 24/7 because I can't like watch them. Get out of here. So like I need to follow exactly what's happening and figure it out before August 2nd, Elon or Blue Sky or whatever the fuck,
whomever
or Threads,
it is.
whoever, because I need my Big Brother live feeds content.
Well, before August 2nd comes July 12th, which is where the SAG-AFTRA talks have extended to. Apparently, the studios will keep talking beyond the midnight Friday contract deadline, which I think it was the 30th, as they remain at odds on issues like streaming residuals and artificial intelligence. The union has agreed to extend the contract to July 12th. But then I also saw that actors like Jennifer Lawrence and Charlize Theron had signed a letter to SAG-AFTRA saying that they did want to strike. Did you sign the letter?
They were no. I'm not powerful enough to have been sent that letter. They didn't send a letter saying that they wanted to strike.
Okay.
They sent a letter saying that they would strike if they need to, which essentially puts pressure on the studios. Like, hey, we will be striking. Like, we're fucking serious.
And this is like Meryl Streep,
yes,
like Jennifer Lawrence, Charlize Theron.
If you don't give us and other actors who are not as famous and powerful as us what we need in our contracts, we are taking this seriously and we will strike. So I was telling the live chat earlier, our contracts were supposed to be up June 30th, and we got an email on June 30th from our president, Fran.
Hi, Fran.
Hi, Fran. How you doing? Essentially saying like, hey, so negotiations are still happening. We decided to extend the deadline to July 12th, which in my head, I'm interpreting that as negotiations aren't going horribly. And so there's some hope where they're just like, you know what? How about we just extend it to figure it out a little more? Because if they were going horribly, I imagine June 30th, they would have been like, oh no, fuck you, we're striking.
Right.
And we don't want to strike. No one wants to strike.
Right.
And I feel like people glamorize strikes a little bit. Strikes are not fun. Strikes fucking suck. And so we don't want to strike. So but we will have to if the terms are not met.
Yeah, a fair deal is not made.
So I do maybe see a little bit of optimism, or I'm thinking optimistically about this extension of the deadline to July 12th to work things out a little more. Oh, I just dropped my phone. Maybe that was God telling me like, you're wrong, bitch.
I like that, but it's good to have some hope. It's good that you can be hopeful about SAG while I am not hopeful about the Supreme Court. These are the two pillars that keep us afloat.
We are yin and yang, guys.
Absolutely we are. So I guess we'll just keep watching and see how this all shakes out. Angela Bassett is receiving an honorary Oscar. I feel like I saw a lot of opinions about this, and so I wanted to hear how you felt. I thought it seemed nice, but people were like, "Give her a real Oscar, you cowards!" And I'm like, I don't know. Are people mad? I think this is good, right?
I mean, it's great. Like the thing is, like, I feel like if the Oscars were like, "Hey, we want to give you an honorary Oscar," like. If Angela Lansbury, oh my God, if Angela Bassett didn't want to receive it, if she was like, no, like I want to wait until later to get my honorary Oscar, she could totally be like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it right now. Thank you, but no.
Right.
But clearly, like, she wants it. She's a great choice for a recipient. So, like, let her have the honorary Oscar, and then it doesn't mean that she's not in consideration in any other future movies that she has.
Right.
She can still win a competitive Oscar. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's wonderful that they want to honor someone who has such a legacy and such a great body of work behind them. So
absolutely.
Props to Angela. And also Angela Lansbury, who was also a recent honorary Oscar.
Oh, was she?
Yes, she was.
Is that a new requirement for honorary Oscars? You must be named Angela.
You must be named Angela.
Which, by the way, we were talking on the Discord today, and there's a rumor on the internet that Mariah Carey's middle name is Angela, and I need to debunk that here today. Mariah has no middle name. Her mom thought Mariah Carey was a good stage name as its own.
Well, maybe if she adopted the name Angela as her middle name, she would get an Oscar.
I think she's getting an Oscar either way.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Guys, just know if I change my name to Angela, you know why.
Absolutely. You'll take an honorary?
Yeah.
No! He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
I will take an honor. No, honorary Oscars are great. It means they're honoring your full body of work as opposed to like the individual year. I will take anything with the letters OSCAR.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well, for me, more important than Oscars, Vanderpump Rules is filming again as we speak.
More important than Oscars.
More important than Oscars. The entire cast is coming back so far, except for Raquel. They are currently in negotiations with Raquel. We're going to see if she's going to be filming. To me, I think she shouldn't. And I honestly think the show would be fine without her. I think seeing the aftermath of what this all has created, all of the scandal of it all, would be interesting enough. And also so many people wouldn't want to film with her. And if people did film with her, it would just be so much vitriol pointed her way that I'm like, is this fun? Like the last episode of that reunion wasn't terribly fun to me and for that reason, but I like that cameras are up. I like that we're catching it all. And I like that I assume this is going to debut before the end of the year because they've now announced a new spinoff outside of Vanderpump. What was it? Villa? That was the one we saw where Lisa Vanderpump, it's going to be on Hulu. She has a villa. It's going to follow the workers there. There's now going to be a new Vanderpump spinoff about a lot of the fired castmates. It'll be built around Jax, Brittany, and Kristen. It got an 8-episode order on Bravo, supposedly. And we're going to be following their life after they've graduated from WeHo and are parents now, even though Kristen is not a parent. So I don't fully understand the log line, but will I be watching? Yes. And it's unfortunate because a lot of these people got fired for being horrible people. But when you're in, you're in. You know what I'm saying?
And you are in.
I'm in.
Just admit that you're in and just come to terms with the fact that you're a piece of shit.
I am not a piece of shit.
But you know what? Also, imagine how toxic those work environments are.
Hello.
Those sets must be.
But the thing is, I feel like when it's all there's so many cast members, and I assume they're the source of the toxicity. It's less like a power dynamic of the showrunners are toxic. Like that would infiltrate everyone. I feel like people could be like, go fuck yourself to a cast member on this show. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what can you do?
Sure.
Well, speaking of, did you see that Claim to Fame clip where Tom Hanks' niece had a freak out?
Oh, I touched myself all over it.
It's
such great
let me see
entertainment.
if I can get a little clip of it on here. I'm trying if it works. It does work
when
out.
When I lay in bed, I touch myself and think of Claim to Fame.
These freaking colors are so freaking obvious. Freaking bench and the freaking poster of freaking Forrest Gump. Are you kidding me? She's screaming, she's screaming, she's screaming, she's screaming.
Okay, so if you don't understand what's happening there, Claim to Fame is a show that's, I believe, on ABC where there are a bunch of people who are relatives of a celebrity. And it's a competition show where at the end of every episode, the bottom 2 people in the competition, the way you get kicked off is if the other person can guess who the famous person you're related to is. And so this is episode 1 of season 2. And the guy's like, I believe you are related to Tom Hanks. And it's all true. She's related to Tom Hanks, and she has one of the biggest reality show freakouts you've ever seen. And it's so insane. You see her tearing things off the wall, packing her stuff, being like, I deserve more screen time. How could this have happened to me? Blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. And I'm like, oh, this is excellent. Maybe I need to watch the show. What's happening? And I see a tweet from one of Ariana's gay friends, and it says, I watched this clip so many times. And I was like, where do I know this woman from? And it's like, and he goes, oh, she used to be a manager at Sir. Oh. Get her on Vanderpump. This woman's a star.
Oh, a complete star. And I'm just thrilled that there is someone on a reality show. It's ABC?
Yes.
Like a network television reality show who is flat out just like, I'm here for screen time.
Yes. And it's like, I'm a monster.
I'm a monster.
Cameras up. I'm terrible.
Let's go. Let's make this a toxic work environment.
Because we always say the worst thing about reality shows now is that no one wants to be the villain. Everyone wants to sell flat tummy tea after the cameras go down. And it's like, no. To make this show work, you've got to be some people that are there to be their worst selves.
Yes.
Right?
And just an exaggeration of their worst, to reveal their inner deepest thoughts and to express them uninhibitedly and just give us glorious content. I need those characters on Big Brother.
We need to throw her in a Sir dress as soon as possible. I need her up in front of the camera. I need her. Maybe she could pretend to be Raquel's friend so she'd have someone to film with. Like, this person's horrible. And I need to see more of her.
More horrible people on reality
Please.
shows. Please, because that's what it was like in the early 2000s. And there were some problems with some shows in that wouldn't fly in 2023.
Yes.
Back then, when you look back, you're just like, oh, we did all that.
We really did a lot.
But things that were great were just the people who were not afraid to be the villain.
It's very true.
Especially because like she's not just like there for herself. She's there to kind of like represent Tom Hanks, like her uncle.
What do you think Tom Hanks feels between this lady and Chet Hanks? He's catching a lot of strays. Like, public opinion of the Hanks family is not where I assume he wanted it to be.
He's probably just like, my bloodline's full of stars. Like, God, I love both of them.
Good.
Give me this girl, give me Chet, give them their own reality show where they're just like doing crazy challenges with each other. I want to watch all of it.
And see, when I was trying to connect with that neighbor who was like, I don't like Tom Hanks, I was like, okay, I mean, I saw that niece, I know Chet Hanks, like, I could see maybe he's secretly weird, but then she said Kelly Clarkson, and I was right off that boat. Yeah. This is when we can't see eye to eye anymore because Kelly's a gem. Stop throwing things at pop stars. Stop. People gave Pink, someone in the audience gave Pink their mother's ashes.
Yeah, at least that's something that can't injure her.
That's the thing. She
like physically, I'm sure mentally she was a little injured.
She had to tell her therapist, I'm sure, that week because it's strange. And she also was given a wheel of brie cheese, which is odd, but also didn't hurt her. No one threw it at her. She just was given it. And then I think someone threw something at Kelsey Ballerini. It might have been a necklace. It hit her in the face. Like, stop. We're going to say this every week until y'all stop.
You're fucking losers.
You're fucking losers. Stop. Rolling Stone. Did you see the Rolling Stone article about Jonathan Majors?
Oh, God.
Horrifying. It's just like there were a lot of kind of pro Jonathan Majors tweets coming out earlier on in the week. And I was like, what is this about? Why is he coming up? Why am I seeing TikToks of people defending this man? And then on Friday, that Rolling Stone article came out that basically was like recounting stories of how he treated exes and how it was an open secret with people in his life from college onward that he treated them horribly, either emotionally or physical abuse we're talking. And even his lawyers had come out and been like, here are 6 accounts of women who who used to date Jonathan Majors and think he's great. And like, they reached out to the women individually and 4 of them were like, I never said they could say that. I don't stand by what those words are. Like, that's not what our relationship was like. It's just horrifying.
Did his lawyer say something about like, oh, some of these like angry moments were essentially like his method acting or something like that?
Yes.
You might as well just put out a fucking ukulele video of Jonathan Majors. Like, what a horrible tactic to
honestly,
like get people to be on your side.
We're like
method acting.
We're 2 stories away from outlawing method acting. Like, it's like about to be over. Sorry for all of you girls who love to do it.
Outlaw ukuleles, outlaw method acting.
Both are gone. We don't need those. Supreme Court, focus on this. This is things you could actually do and be helpful to the world.
You know what? There is nothing in the Constitution that says anything about ukuleles or method acting.
No.
Therefore, they are unconstitutional.
Did you see Olivia Rodrigo is predicted to debut at #1 with Vampire?
Of course she is. Everyone knew this.
I will say, in the video, I said it wasn't immediate. And I stand by the song not being terribly immediate. But I do love it. It has grown on me a lot. The lyrics are unbelievable. The more you listen to them, such emotion. I'm on board now. I still do think it's not the most immediate song in the world, but I love it and want to hear it all the time.
But I say again, like I said in the video, Driver's License was not like the biggest earworm. Like,
it wasn't, but
it was more of an emotional journey that like it grows with time and everything.
True, but the first time I heard Driver's License, I wasn't like, oh, that was the chorus, which is kind of the first time I heard Vampire. You know what I'm saying? But
in fact, when you first heard the chorus, you were like, yes, pre-chorus.
Right, because it sounds like a great pre-chorus. But again, I'm not here to shit on the song. It's a good one. I like it a lot. And also, speaking of Billboard is not going to be counting digital download singles sold on artist websites anymore. So all of those Elvira remixes of Taylor Swift songs will no longer be, made because that's not a thing anymore. But it looks like, I can't completely tell, but I think iTunes downloads will still count, just not directly from artist websites. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. And then lastly, Alan Arkin has passed away at 89.
Very sad.
Very sad.
A great Oscar win, in my opinion. I've loved everything I've seen Alan Arkin in.
Right.
The thing that always sticks with me is the scene in Little Miss Sunshine that I think won him the Oscar is when he is with Abigail Breslin in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
She asks if she's pretty, and he says one of like my favorite lines in like an Oscar-winning screenplay ever. And he was just like, "Are you kidding? I'm madly in love with you, and it's not because of your brains or your personality. It's because you're beautiful." And I'm like,
I do love
yes, iconic. It's very sad, but he lived a very long life.
He absolutely did.
And left a legacy of great movies.
Absolutely.
So,
is there any other news for idiots you'd like to share with the people?
I don't think so.
All right, great. Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye, guys. Or not bye.
Not bye,
You'll come
golf.
back. You'll come back.
Yes,
All right, how was that, everyone?
Oh, so fun. That was long. Vampire is excellent. Update: the neighbor was right about Kelly Clark. Oh, about Tom Hanks. Sure. Nas X. What will Lady Gaga do if we outlaw method acting? I don't know, but she'll have to figure something else out. Vampire is good. I agree. 10 out of 10. Vampire is excellent. Kim Petras would be great on Vampire. I hope we never know. Can we stop trying to make Kim Petras happen? Look, I don't dislike the girl. As soon as she gets away from Dr. Luke, I will be all about her. Because my favorite thing about Ethel Cain, I love a trans artist and I love a trans pop star. Like, how fucking cool.
Yeah, and she's got great songs.
Great songs.
But like, yeah.
Yes. Those videos with kids were so inappropriate. Why have parents continued bringing their kids to see her? That's a good question. She's weird and doesn't understand proper boundaries between adults and kids. I also, like, with all that stuff, have not wanted to watch any of it. It's like, I don't want to see whatever people are mad about with Miranda Sings. Like, I actually am happy not having seen it. And I'll just read about it because my heart can only take so much. Truly. It's the most YouTube thing that ever happened.
It really is the most YouTube thing that's ever happened. I'm telling you, like, guys, in 2012, everyone would have eaten it up. Because that was the taste level of back then.
Yeah, sorry about the other two, but yes, that was the series finale, guys. I hate to tell you. I do think it wrapped up nicely, and it was an excellent episode of television, but oh no, I didn't realize I was the bearer of bad news there.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys. When I watch full series on Max, I almost teared up, and it was really finding its groove. It's incredible. It is sad. Too early of an end. I agree with you. I mean, I would be more upset, honestly, if there weren't the HR complaints that had come out at the same time. Because it's kind of like, well, let's make sure everybody's happy. At least give us a Curtis spinoff under new showrunners. Ugh, I do love Curtis. That actor and character are both great. What else is going on here? Greetings from Palo Alto again. Forgot it was Sunday. Thank you, TGM. Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Yeah, everyone who's new, welcome. Like, this is what we do on Sundays, starting at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, yes, it's
9:30
true.
Eastern time.
Hey, someone asked about closed captioning for deaf and HOH watchers. The thing is, I don't know if someone knows how to do that or how it's done. Let us know if that's something we can do automatically. It probably won't get every word right, but it'll do okay.
Yeah. Which one of you kids wants to work for us?
Oh, no, I don't. Last thing I want to do is hire someone who's a fan of us. I'm good, buddy, trying to be great. I'm still new here. Oh, Truth Seeker, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
I know Miranda Sings because I grew up on the internet / YouTube, but I've never watched her. Hi, guys.
I mean, I used to love her videos. Like, I think I think her videos were very funny. I think she's very talented at like creating a character and like comedic timing and everything. I think they're very well done and everything. But, rough. Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like, in my opinion, there are clearer boundaries than she was exhibiting. Like, it seems like as the person who's creating the content and what you make, you got to have some sort of boundaries.
Yeah.
You can't be, and it's like, sure, we're on the Discord, but we're just like talking about pop music. We're not I don't know. It's a lot.
The jokes are not, and also like our Discord is not like 11-year-olds.
No, it's not.
And everything.
There's been discussion of what would we do if it was under 18, but even still, it's like, if there's not to be, it doesn't happen often, but if ever there's like something that's beyond something we're comfortable talking about or something that we feel like is fair to talk about with these younger people, we step out. We're like, y'all have it.
Yeah.
Y'all talk to each other.
Because there's like a responsibility that we
Yes.
have as the, I guess, content creator.
Yes.
You know, where, yeah, there are a lot of people talking about how it's just like you have to set the boundaries between like the online people and like, you know, your friends who you do tell these personal things
Right.
to.
Right.
And so I imagine back then in YouTube land,
Yes.
it was like, oh, you are so famous. Like
Right.
you genuinely feel like these people are your friends. And it's like, oh, wait, but they're 11.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's always shocking when people are like someone on TikTok was like, oh my God, I love seeing you on my FYP. I've been watching you since middle school. I'm like, middle school?
What does FYP mean?
For you page. It's like your TikTok, like the for you feed, because people go there and not like seeing what they follow exactly. It's for you page.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought all of TikTok was a For You page.
No, you can go to your following feed, but no one does it.
Oh, oh God.
If you ever wonder who makes the TikToks, you'll know it's me now, darling. Because
Well, that's why I hate TikTok. It's like I don't
get
want to
what
see
this
these
is.
things that I don't follow.
Right.
But I guess you don't have to. I guess you
no,
can just look
because
at
you
the
can just
videos.
click the following button here, and you're all the same shit you follow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
I just hate the interface of TikTok. I think it's so fucking ugly and confusing.
I know, but I feel like that's a lot of people are now finding us through TikTok.
Oh, welcome.
Like,
Thank
didn't,
you for
didn't
joining.
someone come into your restaurant being like, "I've seen
I know
on
you
TikTok."
from TikTok. You're
Wild.
a TikToker, and I'm like,
It's like, would we be TikTok? I don't know. We have a TikTok.
I don't know anything from TikTok.
Jake says she made the parasocial very social. Hilarious. Too many celebrities and influencers try to evade responsibility. I'm glad y'all understand it's important to be aware of your audience. It's just like, yeah, it's you can't just say, well, I'm not in control of their parents. It's like, sure, I will use curse words, but I'm not going to be like talking about things of like a super, like adult nature in a group of people where I don't know everyone's
And that's something you
comfort level.
And that's something you definitely understand more the older you
That's
get.
the thing.
Like these were kids like in their early 20s, like
Right.
creating content for children, and you need those like higher ups who are older
Yes.
and understand what is appropriate for children
Yes.
more. Because even though, you know, like if you're 22 or whatever, you're an adult and you have some semblance of awareness of what is appropriate to like joke around with like kids under 18 and everything.
Sure.
When you're older, you really
It's very
understand
clear.
that.
It's
Yes.
very clear.
Yeah.
I don't really use my TikTok. That's fair. I agreed. TikTok looks terrible. I don't use it. Vampire's growing on me as well. So angsty in those vocals. The thing is, the vocals are on the
Are great. They're great.
truly unbelievable. So wait, do we just have the one?
We have
Even
the
my
one,
heart.
and then we got a question.
Oh yes. Do you remember? what it was?
Dating. It was dating advice.
Oh, great.
In your, I believe, mid-20s.
All right.
I believe the name was This Wave. Was it This Wave? We'll just call them This Wave.
We'll call them this way.
This Wave. If you're still there, correct us if we're
Yes.
wrong. Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for part 2?
I guess.
Okay, let's do it.
Is the technology ready?
Let me see. I don't know.
Tap, 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 tap.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. All right, guys, we're back.
We are back.
Matt
It's
Palmer
true.
did a great job at turning everything back on. I created a very unhostile work environment for him.
Thank you so much.
He did not feel pressure.
I really didn't.
Yes, I was cursing at him in my head, but it was in my head.
Really?
That's-
I was only a second I was doing that.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of curses. I think fast.
Oh, wow. Okay. I love that about
Yes.
you.
Oh, do you want to tell the people what they should do if they listen to our podcast?
Oh, yes, I do. We had talked about the Patreon and I was like, wait, what do I want to do? Oh, but it's, if you like this podcast, if you like listening to us every week, please go to your Apple Podcast or your Spotify and find the 2 Gay Mats channel there and just give us 5 stars. On Apple Podcasts, you can actually leave a 5-star review. We would love it so much. We want as many people to hear this podcast as possible, and it helps with the algorithm to the nth degree. Thank you so much for listening, but doing one extra step, one extra thing for us. Oh, we'd love you forever.
Also, I'm just going to reiterate the Patreon again. Patreon.com/2gaymats for amazing bonus content.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun. You get to chat with everyone in the Discord, and it is appropriate discussions. in the
Absolutely.
Discord.
And it's just been revamped. You're getting a lot of content that you can't get anywhere else, which was, we didn't really do on the last Patreon, which was a mistake.
You know what? Content creators, we all make mistakes.
We do. Ours was giving everything away for free, and
Yes.
we're no longer doing that.
And we are apologizing now. We will not be using ukuleles.
No, I
as
can't
we
play.
apologize. We are using our words.
Yes.
Yes. So this is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com.
Yes.
2 is spelled T-W-O.
Mm-hmm.
This first one comes from Jake. Joe says, show lead panic. Hi,
Joe
Matt.
says or Jake says?
Jake.
Oh, okay.
Did I say Joe?
You did.
Jake.
Okay.
Hi, Matt. Hope you are all doing well. I'm writing to you because I'm in a slight panic mode. I was just cast as my very first lead in a musical. I've done leads in straight plays many times, but never in a musical.
Why has it got to be straight?
I mean, it's just what we call them. It's just the rhetoric we use in theater.
All right.
And I'm having a slight bout of imposter syndrome and telling myself I am not capable of doing this, especially because this role is extremely at the top of my range and vocally demanding. Shout out to Freddie Mercury for setting that standard. Have you all ever had to deal with imposter syndrome in any facet? And how do you move past that and push it out of your way to do the job the best you can? Thank you, Jake. Have I ever experienced like
I know,
hardcore
I'm thinking
imposter
about it.
syndrome? The thing is, Jake, clearly people have faith in you that you can do this role
Yes.
because you got cast in this role.
Right.
And I'm sure you were doing a great job. And you know what? If a little tiny thing goes wrong, you don't sound perfect or whatever, it's not the end of the world. There are professional performers, never Mariah Carey, but
Others.
others who, you know, they walk off stage and they're just like, there was that moment in that one section where I didn't sound perfect.
Right.
And you know, you think about it for a week afterwards.
Right.
That just comes with the territory. When the fact is everyone in the audience is probably watching it being like, that was great.
Totally.
That the audience like goes into shows, you know, wanting it to be great. So even if like you feel like you were a little flawed in some sort of way, they're not looking for that. They're
Absolutely
just
not.
there to enjoy it. And they're all sitting there watching you up there going, I can't do that.
Right.
Like everyone in that audience is, well, maybe not everyone. Like if someone in the audience is a performer, they're probably like, I can do that. But most of the people in the audience are not performers.
Right.
So they are looking at you like in amazement.
Absolutely.
And they're saying, wow, this person is so brave to get up there. They're so talented. Like how amazing. So just maybe if you go into it knowing that, that like the fact that you're up there is already impressive to people.
Right. And I also think a way that I would combat imposter syndrome if I was in your situation is I would not blow up my voice, but rehearse it so much that it came second nature to me. Like you're not going to be thrown on stage tomorrow and have to perform this lead role in this big musical. You have, I assume, months to prepare. I hope months. You have some time to prepare. And I think if you take that seriously while saving your voice, not blowing it out, that it becomes like a part of your body, not to sound like an acting teacher, but it's just like,
it's more in your body. That's the phrase.
Once it's in your body, I feel like it's less scary. I feel like there's fewer unknowns. Like, sure, there will be an audience there where there was not once, but it will be like, oh, I know my body is trained. My vocals know what to do to hit this note at this specific point, this specific beat. And if I know one day I'm not hitting it exactly right, maybe I have a plan B option. Maybe I can do a little bit different something because I would rather change things a tiny bit to make sure that I sound good and healthy versus try to hit the note every single time. Like you're up there. I assume you're not alphabet, but if you were, go up there every single time and feel like you're stretching or hurting yourself. That's worst case scenario. So you just have to listen to yourself and rehearse.
Rehearse. I mean, that's what you do with like acting lines. Like what I do when I try to memorize lines and everything is I literally just like repeat the lines over and over and over again, not even thinking about them, just so my mouth gets used to saying the lines over and over again. That way I don't even have to think about it when it comes time to actually perform them.
Right.
And like the same goes for songs too. Like for rehearsals for musicals I have been in, I just sing it over and over and over again. And that way it just comes second nature to me and I'm not even like thinking about it. It's this, you're rehearsing these muscles and these muscles are so used to just doing these things without thinking.
Right.
I mean, and my friend who actually, she was Elphaba's standby in the national tour of Wicked, every show, because she never really knew when she was going to go on.
That's so crazy.
Sometimes she did, like she would have like a week where she knew she was going to go on, but like usually she didn't. So she was like, I can't just go on for Elphaba on a whim.
Right.
Like, because that might, if my body's not used to it. So most theaters have like a downstairs section, like under the stage or backstage or something like that, where they would pipe in the actual show going on. And what she would do is she would be in the theater when the show was going on as the regular Elphaba was going on. And she would perform the entire show in that room.
Oh my gosh.
Like running around the room, like going through all the blocking and everything, singing the songs and exerting the same amount of energy that she would exert if she was on stage.
Right.
Just because she's like, because I need my body to be used to doing this. And so when she would go on, she was fabulous because A, because she's talented, but B, because her body was so used to it through all these like rehearsals that she would give herself.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, and that's exhausting, but she
believe
came
it.
in prepared. And so Jake, I trust you will be prepared.
You're going to be excellent.
You're gonna
We
be
are
excellent.
rooting for you. We're so excited for you. And just take this as a big win. And you know, you got this time to rehearse and get it ready. And you're going to be amazing.
You're going to be amazing.
Yes.
And so the next question actually came to us in the live chat.
Yes.
I believe the person's name was This Wave. That was their username.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but they essentially asked for dating advice for people in their mid-20s. I think this great dating advice that I've started to implement in my life a little more. And by started to, I mean, I did it once this year.
I love that.
Was just flat out putting yourself out there.
Yes.
And if you think someone's attractive, ask them out.
Wait, where did this happen for you?
This happened for me a couple months ago.
Yes.
And I liked someone who I knew. I liked this person quite a bit. And I asked them out. Not face to face, but via.
Why are we just
text
hearing about this
message.
now?
Well, it didn't go well. It didn't go horribly.
That's good.
But it didn't go well.
Are you guys still in each other's lives?
Yes.
Okay.
I can give you those details.
Okay.
Not like in our lives, like you know,
Like
we're not
best friends.
We're not like yeah, but
Yeah.
we.
Do I know him?
No, you don't.
Great.
But yes, but the thing is, after I did it, I felt so good about
I
myself.
bet you
and
did.
and I was just like, I should do this more often because this is exciting.
Yes.
You know, put yourself out there, have the confidence. If someone's like no, just be like, oh, okay, great. Just
Yeah.
wanted to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you?
My
You haven't been on the market for a little while.
It's been a minute, but my advice would be just put yourself out there, be open, and I guess pay attention to things that happen early on in the relationship because you get excited, you have the emotions that come with like falling in love or meeting someone, but those things that feel a little wrong, those things that feel like red flags that you maybe are ignoring, don't go away. All right. I'm not saying that people don't change, people don't evolve, but and I'm not saying if you see one red flag, it's time to run, but you need to make note and don't pretend you don't see them because you like them. I feel like in previous situations, in previous relationships, have been in situations where like the messaging was coming across and I was choosing not to see it because I wanted what I wanted out of the relationship. And I think that prolongs things and probably makes things harder in the end because if you're not a match, you're not a match and that's okay. But if you ignore the signs that other people are telling you also, if you're, you know, dating with people around and they're like, no, not him because of this, that's this. You've got to take that kind of feedback really because know that if you are in the early stages of dating, you're not thinking clearly.
Oh, you got blinders on.
You've got so many blinders on. And so I know it's hard to say, but
And you know
try
me,
to take them off.
You know me. You know I love a project.
Yes.
Where I'm just like, oh, I can like make this person be exactly what I want them
No,
to
you
be.
can't.
No, you can't. Another thing that I will say that
Yes.
not to toot my own horn, but I'm very good at.
Yes.
I show people who I am right away.
And you should.
I am completely 100% honest about everything about myself.
Good.
On that. I don't try to change anything about my personality, anything about my interests. Just so like people know, and I feel like that engages people on a date more.
Right.
Because someone will say something and I'll just be like, oh, I hate that.
Totally.
And they'll be like, oh, I love that. And I'm just like, ugh, girl. And I don't know, that creates conversation and they know like what they're getting into.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. And don't do it like in a crazy way. Don't be like, I'm looking for a husband and children. Because there are some people who like go into like first dates being like, what are you looking for? And they take it so seriously and everything. But you know, I think just make it clear who you are.
Yes, I agree with that because if you're dumbed down version or like the edges sawed off version of yourself is less interesting also. Like you just get more anonymous the more you shave off your, quirkiness, your intricacies. The things about you that make you unique are the things that the person you're supposed to be with is going to fall in love with. So
I remember back in the OkCupid days when you could write giant long profiles.
Yes.
I had an OkCupid profile where I was like, everyone on this website lists their best qualities and everything. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to list all of my worst qualities. And if you still want to ask me out after reading all of this, then maybe that's a good sign.
That's cute.
And people would message me and they'd be like, this is the funniest profile I've seen on this website and everything. And that got me, talking to people.
Hey, I love that.
And so, be self-aware. Don't take it super seriously. You're there to meet new people.
And it's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun.
Fall down, get back up. Guys, come on.
Matt Steele.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's been giving you moments, darling?
Quite a few things, actually.
Good.
Yeah, so they're going to be like little tiny giving me moments stuff.
I'm excited.
Thursday, I saw the movie No Hard Feelings. It's so adorable. It's so fun. Jennifer Lawrence is a damn star. And the boy who is the co-lead gives an excellent performance.
Oh, good.
Like really, really good. I'm going to look up his name real quick because he needs a shout out. But I have no clue why the title of the movie is No Hard Feelings.
I saw that tweet from you.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't understand what No Hard Feelings has to do with anything.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, it's a movie about Jennifer Lawrence plays a woman who is trying to save her house. And so she takes on a job that's posted on Craigslist that these two parents post. One is played by Laura Benanti, and I was like, oh, she's so great.
Love her.
And the job is essentially date our son and we will give you a car. And so she takes this job to essentially like date their son. And it's just really, really funny. Andrew Barth Feldman.
Okay.
Andrew Barth Feldman is the name of the young man. He's really, really great. I also, with my friend this week, saw the movie Past Lives again.
You saw it again?
I saw it again.
Wow.
Well, because I was going to the movies with my friend and he was like, I can either say Asteroid City or Past Lives. And I was like, well, I haven't seen Asteroid City yet. And he was like, oh, there's no show times that I can do. So I was like, I would be thrilled to see Past Lives again.
Guess I got to see Past Lives.
And guys, it holds up so well. And just like I was noticing like the different layers like within the conversations that these people were having. It's just so beautifully done. And after the movie was over, my friend who I saw it with, he's a little younger. He's in his late 20s.
Okay.
And he was sitting there and he was just like, yeah, that was good. That was good. And I was just like, good, just good. And he was just like, yeah. And he was like, well, the beginning was a little slow. And in the theater, I turned to him and I was just like, just wait until you're in your mid-30s. So yeah, that was fun. Had a moment of feelings then. And a lot of people have been asking me about my thoughts on the new Maisie Peters album, The Good Witch. Y'all know I really love Maisie Peters. I think she's excellent. The album is great. I think my favorite tracks are the opening track and title track, The Good Witch. Watch is just like a classic pop banger, like really, really catchy, such an earworm. Want You Back is such a beautiful ballad that is so simple and like on paper could read as very basic because it's literally just like, I know you're a piece of shit, but I really, really just want you back. And I go on dates with all these other guys to try to get over you. But the thing is, like, if you literally like said, I want you back, then I'll come crawling back, even though I know there are so many red flags. Like, it's so good.
Wow.
The final song, History of Man, is also one of my favorites. Really, really great. There's a wonderful song called Wendy that I think is glorious. But my favorite track on the album has nothing to do with love. It's called The Band and I.
Okay.
And it's literally just about her talking about the adventures on the road with her band. And it's so great and so endearing and so joyous and so nostalgic. And it makes you remember your times as a youth, whatever situation you might have been in at the time. And it's just coming from the heart so much that I love it so much. And so that song has been on repeat for me. And yeah, it's really great. Congratulations, Maisie.
Yes, thank you, Maisie, for great work. I haven't listened yet, but I can't wait to.
Yeah, the Band and I. The Band and I.
The Band and I.
It's great. It's just great.
Well, I have a short one this week as well, and I just need to say that I finally finished Never Have I Ever season 4, which is the final season of Netflix's Never Have I Ever. And it is just a joy to watch. It's just such a sweet show. It was about, Davy. You remember that it begins with Davy, this high school girl. I think she's a freshman in high school when her dad tragically passes away while she's performing at, I think, a band or orchestra concert. He passes away in the audience. And so this is kind of a show that's about grief through that time of her growing up and like reconnecting with her mom. She was closer with her dad than her mom. And also like seeing her friends grow up, her, two closest girlfriends, and then obviously her dealings with boys. And I just thought it wrapped up very nicely. It was very sweet. It was nice to see things wrap up the way they did. And I'm going to miss the show. I think all the actors are really good and actually got a lot better. I think you remember when the show first started, I may have talked a little shit about the two female friends. Because I mean, in fairness, they were very young at the start of the show, but I would say both of them have gotten much better. And all the actors, the love interests, it was just a fun, joyful, light watch. And I don't know. I can't recommend it enough. I'm happy for Davy, even though she's a fictional character. I'm happy for Ben and PHY and Fabiola and the whole gang. It just like really kept me interested throughout the 4-year season. And it is an easy watch that I'll miss. Like I always remember watching, I can't remember if it was season 2 or season 3, but it was when we went on our first post-COVID vacation to Puerto Vallarta, and we were there during the wet season, which was like, oops, we came here at the wrong time. So half the day, it would just be pouring down rain, and so we'd just stay in bed and watch Never Have I Ever, and we watched the whole season.
That's cute. That's like a nice
great.
Comfort watch, like on a rainy day while you're just relaxing on vacation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, another giving me moments that I guess I must brag about. I booked something.
She
booked something for 2023, darling.
Congratulations.
Is it something where you'll see my face? No.
Okay.
Because it's a voiceover gig.
Hey, those are great gigs. And you've got to look at you on a mic right now.
I know. You're seeing enough of my ass. But like, do you hear me enough,
Wow.
people? Do you hear the voices that come out of my
Is it like
my
an
mouth?
animated thing or is it
No,
like...
it's like a audio podcast or
cool.
something. And I'm not gonna say the title. I don't know what I can say, but like, it's cool. It's produced by Queen Latifah.
Hey!
Yeah,
Are you going to get to meet her?
No, God.
You never know.
She's not going to be there listening to my dumbass playing like 3 random characters.
Is she getting a Kennedy Center honors? Queen
She
Latifah?
is this
Good
week.
for
Yes, it was
her.
announced.
Your colleague.
My colleague.
Yeah,
Oh, my
Queen Latifah.
colleague is
Yeah,
a Kennedy.
your colleague.
It's a Kennedy Center honor. Congratulations, boss.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And guess when we record? July 11th,
Oh.
the day before SAG contracts are over. I don't think voiceover stuff like technically counts as, but still, it's fun to imagine that like, oh, we're getting my performance in right before
Under
the
the
deadline.
wire. I
don't
love
want to be a
that.
scab. Yeah. So
Are you in town? You are still in town. When
Yes,
do you go
I'm
back
still
to
in
Jersey?
town. I go back into Jersey on the night of the 13th.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting though, and because the window that they gave me was like July 6th to July like 30th or whatever, and I was like, oh well, for a part of that I'll be in New Jersey, and they were like, it's okay, we have a New York City office where you can go into if we need you to record up there.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that would be the case, because like, how glamorous is it to be like, I'm a bi-coastal actor, and
know.
I'm flying to Jersey to direct these shorts and everything. Oh, I just have to make a quick stop up and take the train to New York City to like record a short, quick voiceover gig for Queen Latifah. Like, that's so glamorous, but no, it's I record it before I leave
Yes,
LA.
you should record it before the SAG thing happens
Yeah,
for safety purposes. I
Yeah.
don't want you to get blocked out of SAG because you were a scab, even for Queen Latifah.
I think it takes a lot for people to get kicked out of SAG.
All right,
It's
fingers crossed. Everyone cross your fingers for Steel.
Yeah, they're not as like strict, I don't think, as like the Writers Guild, which is
Yeah.
a little more. There's fewer members and everything, and they all have a little more of like a unified goal. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to Matt Steele.
Thank you, guys.
We love that for you.
I'm getting paid for something.
Hello. We love getting paid for the work we do.
Getting paid for my talent.
Yes, and if you want to pay him more for your talent, just make sure to go to patreon.com/2gaymatt. Support Matt Steele and Matt Palmer in the best way. We'll stop promoting that, but we won't.
No, guys, get ready for a lot of Patreon talk.
I know, it's going to happen. Is there anything else we need to tell the people?
That y'all are great.
You're so great. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us this week. I hope you're having a lovely 4th of July week, and we'll be back next week or sometime soon with another episode of 2Gay Matts, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Great.
Guys, it was good.
We did it. We did it.
We did
Matt
it.
Steele, you should do audiobooks, Grace says.
Yeah, I think it's an audio podcast. It's not like an audio book.
Right.
But,
That's so booking voiceover. We love.
Thank you, guys.
Oh
It's
my
been a
gosh.
dry spell.
Oh,
for
Jimmy
me.
Award winner Andrew Barth Feldman. We
Yeah,
were just
he's won
talking
a-
about the Jimmy Award.
Yeah, he won a Jimmy Award like years
wow.
ago. Yeah, he's really great in the movie.
I love it. Thank you for thinking we're great. Thank you.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Would I like No Hard Feelings as well?
I think you would find it fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And it's not like too crude at
Okay,
all, I
great.
don't think. Like it's not like that. I mean, I love crude humor.
Yes.
And you don't. But
don't.
But I think you'd be fine with it completely. Yeah.
Can
It's
you
quite
explain the SAG deadline thing? I missed it. Oh, well, they have until July 12th to make a deal with the studios, or SAG, Screen Actors Guild, is going on strike. And that's happening on July 12th, that they figure out if that's happening or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all true. It's all true.
It's all true, guys. Date him or date him?
About No Hard Feelings.
About No Hard
Is that a
Feelings.
part of it? That she's
The,
supposed to have sex
the
with him?
parents wanted her to have sex with him.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. Sometime soon, say, well, we're not doing. Well, I'm going to be in Ohio next week, and so we're going to try to pre-record a podcast to come out on Mondays, but we will not be having a live. But we're hoping for just a podcast that's only going to have 2 days worth of news in it, or just like a chatty podcast, you know, us
Sure.
doing a Chatty Cathy's episode between us, essentially. But yes, next week I will be out of town, and hence why we aren't going to have the like day of release live reaction to Speak Now Taylor's version, but we're going to try to do it the week afterwards when we're both in town for a moment.
Yeah. Speak Now Taylor's version will.
There will be a video.
You'll see us reacting to
And it's like,
those
God, do I have
songs.
to edit all of those videos with like all 22
That's
fucking
the
tracks?
thing, like, do we just do the?
That's the all right, guys.
bonus?
With the Speak Now Taylor's version of it all, okay, we'll do a live. We'll listen to all of it. Do you need a full video of the songs we already have, like reacting to like the original release tracks? If we just gave deluxe tracks reaction, would that be enough? How do we feel in the audience about that? Taylor fans, Swifties, if you're out there, a summer in Ohio having your Kathy moment. Like, I have made that joke so many times, and Jackson's like, okay, I get it. He like doesn't like the last 5 years. Which,
Will
you
the
know.
video Speak Now be patron only?
I don't think it will be. No.
No.
If we decide not to edit that first part, then yes. Well, the live will only be replayable on the Patreon. But no, whatever we do for the deluxe tracks for sure will be for everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have feelings about it, we're not seeing them yet.
They're pondering.
They're thinking. Everyone's got their thinking caps
They're
on.
pragmatic. They're
Hey,
like, okay,
we
what's
love
best
that.
for me? 'Cause, I mean, guys, do you really want to
Like,
a 3-hour video and we're like the first like 3/4 you're
Exactly. You're like,
listening to
oh,
us
you're
be
listening
like,
to songs you already
I love
know.
mine.
Yeah.
I love like Long Live. I love Last Kiss. Like, you know.
Oh, just do the vault tracks.
Vault
Okay,
tracks.
this is exciting. From the vault only is fine. Okay, thank God. Jesus, because that was like really.
Those album listening parties are quite difficult to edit.
They're difficult to edit. So we could have a listening party of the full album.
Yeah, sure.
And just edit the vault track parts.
Yeah.
I vote
think
for all
that's
tracks.
great.
Jeff, well,
Jeff,
you can get the
goddamn it.
live ones. You're not going to get an edited version. The people have said you need those Swiftie views. I personally don't care either way. But yes, but even the Swifties, what do I have to say about the song Speak Now that I have not been saying for 12 years? Plus Enchanted and Dear John, though. That's funny. We'll figure it out. We'll record all of it and then figure out. That sounds like a perfect compromise.
Solid. We're negotiators.
Also,
guys.
I'm putting up the Sam Smith live reaction on Patreon in the next day or two, so we can have another patron only shit.
Yeah,
More
because
patron only
that
shit.
was famously taken down.
It was famously taken down
God
by
damn it,
Sam's
Sam.
rude label. Like, so we're promoting you.
I
That's the
know.
thing. When the labels take our shit down, it's like, you realize we're promoting your act.
Yeah.
Like, what's the issue here?
Yeah.
And you're getting all the money from this video.
Yeah, you're getting
Why
more money.
take it down?
Yeah, so-
it doesn't make any fucking sense.
So if you become a patron, you'll be able to see that
Yes.
from the vault. That's our
From the
2K
vault.
Mats version.
I know. The 2GM version.
2GM version of album listening parties.
Speak Now is bad. The
Shut
song.
up, Jeff.
No, it's not, Jeff. You also think we can't get into this again. We talk about this every week, and I guess I'm just worried about Better Than Revenge. She better not change the lyric. It's history.
I do love Better Than
I mean,
Revenge.
it's great, but I wonder because she's gotten such feedback.
Sure.
I should have chosen Ava. Okay, thanks for making it work. Anyways, King's always keeping us fed, and we appreciate. That's nice.
Thank you.
That's kind.
Specifically, don't react to Back to December, despite the people in the Discord who are wrong. There was a big battle in the Discord about who prefers Back to December and who prefers Dear
So
John.
If you're in the chat right now, if you prefer Back to December, write Back to December. If you just prefer Dear John, write Dear John. Because we're violently Dear John.
Yeah, if you-
like, I can't even believe this is up for debate.
It's like we're violently Dear John. Because guys, like, and I said it's the difference between like a mini cheeseburger from Applebee's and like a filet mignon.
And he's right, and he should say it. Like, absolutely, it is.
Like Back to December is very nice. And
it's a nice little song
and really good works. But like Dear John is coming from the soul.
It's an opus,
and you can tell took much longer time
to
create.
Dear John, yes, Maxwell. Sorry, Jeff. Back to December. The thing is, if we were having this conversation about Dear John and Last Kiss, like then I could see there being like,
sure,
there's a discussion.
Of
There's
course.
a discussion.
I would have a hard time deciding.
Gianna's a Back to December.
Wow, Gianna.
Declan, a Back to December.
Wow.
This is shocking. No. Back to December. Back to December is a nice girl, and I think it's nice that, you know, we love everything, but Dear John, the fact that it sounds like a John Mayer song is iconic. Grace, you get it. That's the exact thing. Like it starts,
and you get the story
Yes.
behind what happened.
Yes,
You
the Dear
get
Johns are
like,
coming
like
through.
Back to December, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm sorry for that night.
Yeah.
This is me swallowing my pride. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I miss your tan skin.
yeah, it's a nice like thing, but like
Your sweet smile.
but they're not. It's not as specific as a Dear John. I mean,
No.
And Back to December, you know, Dear John is like 5 minutes long
I
because
know.
that's how much heft the song
I
has.
know. There's so much to it.
Like there is energy behind Dear
Every
John.
word means something.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
going to listen to it again. Right after this podcast is over. I still want a Dear John 10-minute version. I don't care. And I love that she was like, I'm singing it. And, you know, don't get mad at someone who you think I wrote the song about in the future when it comes out. But I'm singing it tonight. Get ready. Hey, Legends just got up. Oh, Brayden. Yes, Jacob. Dear John and Last Kiss are comparable. Back
Sure.
to December is just fine.
Yeah.
Dear John is a novel. Back to December is a short story. I couldn't be.
Sure.
Palmer screaming for Dear John like it's sports is so funny. This is
This
our
is a
sports.
competition.
I recently listened to Our Song, and that girl can write a song. That was the first fucking Taylor Swift song that I was like, whoa, this is no joke.
The way the lyrics build in Dear John, the way
Yes.
the song builds, and that I want Taylor to get back into like the way she builds us, the way she builds Dear John, the way she builds Enchanted, the way she builds All Too Well.
Right.
Like I want more of that from Taylor again.
I mean, woulda, coulda, shoulda has it.
It does, and that's why we love.
That's
Woulda,
why we
Coulda,
love Woulda,
Shoulda.
Coulda, Shoulda.
Why wasn't that on the regular
It's a
release?
great question.
That's outrageous.
It's one of her best songs.
outrageous.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think Mean Taylor's version will hit anymore near as hard as the original since she doesn't
fake the country
accent.
Hey, another great song. I'm a
Fantastic song.
Speak Now, Dear John, Mean King. Like that is that's my
It's the Holy Trilogy.
that's the Holy Trilogy,
Speak Now,
absolutely.
Dear John, Mean. Dear John is an amazing song, and I can absolutely agree that is good. But honestly, Back to December is just one of my comfort songs.
I appreciate.
I can
If
see it being
it's
a comfort
comforting
song.
to you, like,
Yeah.
don't you think I was too young to be messed with? The
I
girl in the
love
dress.
the line, don't you think I was too young to be messed with? But then the one time she changes it to, don't you think 19?
19's too young, 'cause it's
Because
like,
she's like, well, I'm just going to put the age in
let's
once.
get the number in.
Let's get the number in so people can be like, ooh. Ooh.
The switch from I was too young to 19 was too young is just amazing. Dylan's right there with you.
Amazing.
At least we all can agree on Enchanted. It's true. It's true. And again, I want an Enchanted video, and I think that'll be lovely if it's the TV single. But let's focus on Cruel Summer. I'd like us to put all our Speak Now feelings into the fall. Put the album out, sure.
I have screamed the lyrics to Dear John more times than I can count, so I'm definitely with you. But it's so good. But Back to December has been one of my favorite songs from Speak Now.
That's fair.
I mean, when something like hits you,
That's
like
the thing. You
is your
can't argue
personal
with like a
favorite-
personal
Yeah.
attachment, you know?
Yeah.
All of Speak Now is excellent.
Last Kiss Supremacy. I mean, hey, Last Kiss, my favorite Taylor Swift bridge.
I can't think of one weak point outside of the deluxe songs. I thought it was like including that. It's like Superman. Whoa. I think Haunted's fine. I think Innocent is fine.
I think Haunted deserves more credit from you. Come on, don't treat me like this.
Never Grow Up is horrible. Obviously. Long Live, I don't like that much. Superman. But if this was a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, if this was a movie. Lauren doesn't love Enchanted. Don't tell anyone. Sorry, I told 77 people, but I forgot that 2K Met are YouTubers. I know. I guess we're TikTokers. What are we? YouTubers, TikTokers, podcasters?
I don't know what we are.
We're artists,
I'm a voiceover
darling.
artist.
Yes, I'm a musician.
Queen Latifah said.
Can you sing Happy?
Can you
Happy
sing
by
it?
Pharrell. Lover is my second favorite Taylor album behind 1989. Sounds like Matt
Lover's
Steele.
my second favorite Taylor album.
What's your favorite? Speak Now?
Speak Now.
Okay.
Speak Now, Lover, Fearless. Even though I can acknowledge that Fearless is technically better than both of them. But like if we're talking like favorite, like
favorite.
personal.
Yeah, I think Speak Now is my personal favorite, and I think Fearless is her best.
Yeah.
Some of her TV songs don't hit as hard now because her voice doesn't have that weak teen tone anymore, and the lyrics clearly need that. I actually think vocally, I always prefer the new versions to the old. It's the production is either hit or miss for me. Oh, I can't do Innocent. Innocent's,
I think Innocent's harmless. I don't know.
it's just like we don't need a song for Kanye. We really
I
don't.
think The Bridge of Dear John is one of her bests.
Oh,
It's great. Two Gay Mats is iconic regardless of the thank you.
Dylan is so kind.
Sparks Fly and Long Live are the high. I mean, they're great.
I love Sparks.
Sparks Fly is great.
Sparks Fly feels the most fearlessy to me of that whole album.
Can you do a backflip? Me? No.
No.
I can do a forward roll. And
Yeah,
I can do a killer cartwell.
My
cartwheels are
round
stunning.
off, unbelievable.
Yeah. Ooh, we should do like we should have a show where you do round offs and I do cartwheels.
Where will we film it? Outside?
I was thinking like a stage show, like a Cirque du Soleil.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have the budget for that, but we might if you become patrons.
Man, we all need to count the number of times we say patron and or Patreon on this channel going forward because it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
But guys, it really is fun. How do you feel about if this was a movie being removed from the Speak Now TV? I mean, we're still getting the song. The song is out now, and she just popped it on Fearless Taylor's version because she wanted Speak Now Taylor's version to be all self-written. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird, but I don't care. You still get the song, yeah. She literally has a song for Kanye for every album she's made since the MTV Awards. What about the last one? I think Never Grow Up may be less annoying now that she's in her mid-30s. Maybe. But it's still a tough one.
I mean, that is a sentiment that I have with all my little coworkers who are in their 20s. I'm just like, never grow up.
Killer Cartwheel sounds like a gay grunge band. Sing Let Go. What's Let Go? What's Let Go?
Let Go.
My song Let Go? What was the first song that was mentioned? Happy. I don't have a song called Happy. So, I don't know. Let Go is an Avril Lavigne album. And
Sing the whole album.
I mean, I could.
Go.
You know I
Losing
could.
Grip.
I
Burn,
like
burn,
Losing
burn,
Grip.
burn. Why do I care? However it goes.
Yeah, that's it.
Karma is about Kanye. I mean, karma could be about a lot of
It could
people.
be. Karma is a cat.
Karma's for the haters out there.
I think Cruel Summer will go number one.
That'd be great.
I hope so.
That'd be great.
I forgot you existed. I thought that was Calvin Harris because we all forgot he existed and that they used to date.
Yeah, I always thought it was. I forgot you existed. Was a more of a relationship type thing. I mean, it was written to be about anything. Honestly, you know.
It's like people saying that vampires about Taylor Swift. I'm like, I don't think she says things about.
It's fun to
man.
imagine.
What is 2.4 plus 4 equal? It equals 6.
6. What Taylor song do you think works the best acoustically?
Ooh.
I always enjoy when she takes like a produced song and does it acoustically because I'm like, oh, listen to that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember her doing an Out of the Woods at the piano, I think around like Grammy voting time. That was really lovely. Obviously, All Too Well works with as many or as few instruments as there are.
I do like the acoustic Cornelia Street that she released on Spotify. I mean, well, that's
stunning. I mean,
perfect.
Song. I forgot that you existed. People think it's about Carly. Oh, Lord.
Taylor sings about Kanye for a decade while Miley sings about the brothers for the same amount of time.
Oh. Well, I mean, Miley was dating that man and married to that man for such a long time. Anyways, guys, I need to sleep. It's 4:30 a.m. and I have a job interview tomorrow at 9. You do need to go to sleep.
Break a leg.
Thanks for a great podcast. Oh, thank you for coming, Declan. Yes, you're going to kill it tomorrow in the interview. We're rooting for you.
Clean acoustic. I haven't heard Clean acoustic.
Clean is so
great.
good.
Clean is great.
What's Imogen up to? I feel like she's probably put out albums I've not listened to, and I should because she's so talented. So talented.
Don't we have a Imogen Heap patron request video at some point? Another
one coming up? I don't know that we do.
Oh, I thought we did.
I can look at the list, but I don't know that we do. Okay, do we think that's it?
I think so.
I think, guys, this has been lovely.
Guys, you've been great.
You've been great.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Yes, and we'll be back next week. Well, not here, but you'll see a podcast pop up in your feed.
Things will happen.
Things will happen.
Things
Don't
will
fret.
happen. Everyone
Don't
have
fret.
a good and happy and safe 4th of July.
Yes, be safe. Have a great time.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you very soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye.